Spartans, fighting not only against the Nigerian government, but against the world.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop.
Going to lower the flag of Nigeria and raise the flag of the United States of Biafra.
Na mose vive na kiti enui na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem kuja otibe kuona tulane bovo imalugo no nugodo kokodo nya no be hule Nani moda tunilu na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali ama abulezi okwenu na bakala kelwego nezienwe n'ụbọchị akala kelwego n'udezi maka na baba n'ụwa aralu n'unuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu senyi tono nugu banatayi Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana nyuko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake kwa wacha sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be welo tamanu Umu Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makalo fobi abakama Nala nugo noe Biafra na mekele umulina Nkabo nkani Mwadati na ijele wanyi biakenemi Akwage bulu kwekene na fande otu Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Nkodi na wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere Wesi ya kene rugyo Adumegwo chukwo Ikemba one of Biafra land mongwem Adawunele kala ya dike Mafondi mojiri diebu bebide bichemele mongwem Abuzigwo dogweji mali Igbo nine Dogweji malo Biafra miyo Adumegwo chukwu Papa gisi kene logi Filipu Efyong Abuzikwa nwoke kwuloku wekusi okwu si na Biafra ekunyo Na ya bụ Biafra ya tulugo wenata Una bulu na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo Loko guli nwata n'aka na ele Abagisi kene logo onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kede ebe Amadike Biafra,
For the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to Biafrans, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, is using her position for personal gain. For personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. And they told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. Nobody wants to do this. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can release
Biafran government they know na exile cabinet be no no na tukuna ndana ya gba unu ube baka no ya solo be ya to kai maluge nu yi disionike akada lo mo di Biafran Liberation Army umuchukwu the agents of Biafra land be kada nu the great oracles of Biafra na no anu we kede no na ma la no jisi kelol atugo ya ba ume omo chukwu ne ase kana the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Weba abuzi kwa bato biyo atwele le omo Biafra bia no anonganga pio tembe wile name
I can show you, you will not see.
Yes.
All the guys send their son to you remember well.
A good legacy will last forever, my believer, and the remembrance of my bless you.
Always, I will ask you to welcome those around you. I welcome you by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because unlike any other, this very broadcast simulcast on multiple platforms this very day, morning, noon, or night, depending on where you are, is being relayed right across the face of this very planet Earth
A lot of people are watching, a lot of people are listening, and many of you will be blessed as a result of it. And as I do welcome you, please endeavor, or should I say, try to welcome other people as well. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over the world, the director of radio, Biafra, and Biafra television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. Regardless of where you are, as I said earlier, we are welcoming you, and we are going to pray as it is customary for us to do here. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you, and before we proceed, we are going to pray. As it is usual with us here on this platform, we pray because we are nothing without the Almighty. We are going to offer praise and adoration to Him as always, and I will, of course, should I say, unfailingly pray in the language of heaven. Some may misunderstand, some of them may try to misconstrue, but one thing is certain right now, in the presence of the Almighty God, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai in heaven, the angels are singing, worshiping, and praising the Most High with the very oldest language on the face of this very earth, the Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla ya bụ ọkaka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etu gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tuo gị ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịghị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt, kwetu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị niile anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtọ na ịja mma mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị onwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasisi wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikoni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise. Having handed over our proceedings to heaven, we must therefore proceed unfailingly and very speedily to preach this very gospel that we have been mandated to preach this very day, because heaven and earth will bear us witness.
It is left for the people to change a corrupt system. Don't leave it to God. Oliver Cromwell sacked King Charles I and cut off his head. You see English people, you see the British. Some of you don't know that they rebelled against their own government too. That is why today they are advanced and developed. That's why today the House of Commons is sovereign, more or less, in terms of political power. The French people revolted, Americans revolted, Russians revolted, everywhere, even the Arab Spring. The only place without any uprising is in Black Africa, and that is why you're poor.
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots.
I want to let the world understand what the so-called founding fathers of the Zoological Republic actually said about Nigeria. Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs. They do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. Nigerian unity is only a British invention. Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, 1948, a founding father of Nigeria. The second one, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is a mere distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria and those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947. Now, lastly, let me tell you what Nnamdi Kanu said in 1964 after the so-called independence of Nigeria. It is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in pieces. Then, should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is Katanga, will be a chance play if ever it comes to our turn to play such a tragic role. These are the historical facts that nobody can deny. We have it in abundance. So, their three founding fathers have, none of them actually believed in one Nigeria. All their founding fathers. But tomorrow now, you see Guardian write the founding father. Our founding fathers will be disappointed. But your founding fathers never believed in one Nigeria. It is here now.
The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirate. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodimma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You made somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name. State administrators, those that feel they do not want to follow the path of Obatopie, we also welcome them to quietly and peacefully leave the United States of Biafra. Biafra promotes freedom of association. You are free to go with whomever you want to be with. That is a basic right. We are not going to take it away from you. You are free to associate yourself with whom you want to. But what we are not going to allow is being able to disrupt what we are doing. Being able to use the platforms established by Obatopie to promote your chaos and your divisive nature. Allowing you to use the plans, the maps, the regions that Obatopie has set up to continue to disorganize, disinform our people. We are not going to allow you to do that. But as long as you following whoever calls you on the phone privately, it is okay to go with those individuals. And Biafrans, we truly support you to do that. That is called freedom of association, which United States of Biafra guarantees. There are charters that we signed during our declaration in Finland. And one of that is the basic human right of individuals to associate with whomever they want to. But you cannot do that under the United States of Biafra. There is only one United States of Biafra. Under one command, His Excellency the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, represented by my humble self, Dr. Orabueze. Anything outside this, we wish you luck, but please leave any platform that either myself or Obatopie has established. You can inquire from whoever you want to be with. They have their own platform. They have where they are doing their own little shenanigans. You can join them there. We wish you luck, but do not be in the platform established by the United States of Biafra and be causing your havoc. On that note, I thank all the state executives that are working day and night to ensure that we all go home by the end of this year. We thank all the Biafra Defense Forces, again, the decentralized forces and some of the units that have been there. We thank you for the coordination. We thank you for what you are doing to gradually move the state of a nation with all the discipline, with all the respect, with all the dignity associated with the United States of Biafra military. That is what this new nation is working on. On that note, I thank all Biafrans that are present here, all the state representatives, all the country representatives. And I want to quickly recognize all the Biafran secretaries and the Biafra cabinets. I'm going to start with the cabinets that I'm seeing here, the secretaries I'm seeing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you are connecting from. Those who are watching us from TikTok, those who are watching from Facebook, I appreciate everyone that has connected, regardless where you are joining us from. Please, as you join, if you are watching on TikTok, please tap the screen so that others can join us, and also share the broadcast. If you are watching on Facebook, equally share the broadcast, share to everyone that is around you, share in all the group where you belong, share to family and friends. You never can tell who will get across the video. And if you are with us on the Vidhava channel, where we are hosting the program, you know what to do. For those of us who have been following this very platform, I know you know what to do. So please kindly like and share the program so that others can join us. As you connect to this program, make sure you are not watching alone. You know that the social media network is not our friend. They do not promote our program. It is you that is watching me out there that will help to promote the program. If you don't do so, nobody's going to do it. That is why we have to take that responsibility upon ourselves to continue to share so that we can reach out to as many people as we are supposed to reach out to. They are fighting so hard to make sure we do not speak. They are fighting so hard to limit our outreach. But if you are sincere and dedicated in sharing this broadcast to all your platform, to family and friends, they cannot stop us, no matter how they try. That is why I urge you, please kindly help to share the information so that others can get educated from the information we are passing here. For those who are going to join us for the very first time, or those who are joining us for the very first time, or the people who are going to see this video for the very first time, I want you to know that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. A platform that is 100% in support of the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and under the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever you are joining from, I welcome you. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. We don't come here for saga. What we do here is to present the case of Biafra before the whole world. We come here to encourage Biafrans to continue to pursue self-determination, which is their right, as supported by international law. We are here to bring the plight of Biafrans before the whole world, the atrocities of Nigerian government against the Biafrans, the genocide that Nigerian government is committing in Biafra land, the secret war they are fighting that the media have refused to speak about. We bring it here and we talk about it. And we urge you to help us to share the information so that the world can hear us. You never can tell. There are still some wonderful people in this world. There are still people who cares in this planet Earth. That is why we must continue to send out this information, preach this gospel until it gets to the right place. My fellow Biafrans, in this platform, we debunk the lies of the enemies. Every lie that has been told against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, against our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi, lies that have been told against our Supreme Leader, Nnamdi Kanu. In this platform, we trash those lies and make sure they do not stand. My fellow Biafrans, today is Monday, and you know that Monday is a special day for us Biafrans. Every genuine Biafran that is sincerely seeking for freedom knows what today is. Monday is a day we all gather together and we demand the unconditional release of our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu. For those who do not know, I don't think there's anybody on this planet Earth today who does not know about Nnamdi Kanu, except you are not on media. If you are not on media, just maybe you have not been paying attention. Nnamdi Kanu is the Supreme Leader of IPOB, the leader of the Biafran people, who has been pushing for self-determination of the Biafran people, calling Nigerian government to conduct referendum, which they have refused. He continued to sensitize the world about the situation in Biafran land, continued to call out Nigerian government in their terrorist activities, but they went to Kenya and kidnapped him. Nigerian government went to Kenya, kidnapped our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu. After he kidnapped, which is against international law, they extraordinarily renditioned him to Nigeria. He was renditioned to Nigeria and they took him to their court. He has been there for almost 5 years and going more than 5 years now. And they have continued to hold him in a solitary confinement, even when he has passed through their law system. The court in Nigeria said that he must be freed. The court in Nigeria said that no court in Nigeria has the right to stand on his case because they have committed an international crime. In fact, one of the courts said that Nnamdi Kanu must be paid compensation. Ordered the government to pay Nnamdi Kanu compensation, but they have refused to pay that compensation up to this moment as we speak. Instead of paying that compensation, they continue to hold Nnamdi Kanu against his will. And today is a day that Biafrans dedicated to Nnamdi Kanu to demand for his unconditional release and also the release of every Biafran prisoner having held in Nigeria. We have been doing this now for more than 4 years and we will continue to do so until every Biafran prisoner is released. And Nigerian government leaves Biafran territory with their terrorists, military, and police. This is the order has been given by the United States of Biafra and must be obeyed. We, the Biafran people today, when you go to Biafra land, you will understand. Every Monday, the whole Biafrans, without being coerced, without being enforced, people sit at home on different places and the evidence are always on media. We show the world what is happening. But upon all this, some people pretend it's not happening, but it doesn't really matter because we know there are global conspiracy against us to hold us down and we cannot bow to that evil plan of the enemy. That is why today, as a special day, always, Biafrans are sitting at home in numbers and we will continue to do so until our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu is released and Biafra regain their freedom. The pursuit of the freedom of the Biafran people is not a selfish one. We are seeking for freedom, and it is our right to ask for freedom. That is why we come here to encourage Biafra to continue to ask for their freedom, the right to self-determination, the right to self-defense, and the right to life. They are rights that you must not allow anybody to take away from you, no matter how they try. It is unfortunate that the world is watching those that committed genocide in Biafra land and nothing is being done. Nobody has been held accountable. Nobody has been taken responsibility. Instead, they continue to play games from time to time. But we, the Biafrans, we do not care about the games they play. As long as they continue to play their games, we will continue to chase and pursue our self-determination until we are free. And I bet you we will definitely be free. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching this program from. This very program, remember, is our morning program, but we have shifted it further and we are not able to come on time today. Maybe we are going to shift it more and see, we're just searching for a comfortable time where Biafrans can be able to key in. Until we get a comfortable time, then we can be able to be stable. We will continue to change the times until we get a comfortable place where Biafrans can be able to key in and watch this program because we have a lot to cover up. The attack is huge. The attack is big, but we will not give up. We will continue to speak and speak and speak. It is an interactive section. Wherever you are, if you have any contribution to make, feel free to join us on stage. The only thing that qualifies you to join me on this program is for you to be a human being. Whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran, whether you support A or you support B, no matter what is the orientation, we do not care. If you have a genuine argument, please bring it on. If you have a superior argument, bring it on. If you have a prayer to make or whatever contribution you have to make, All you need to do is to go to the comment section. You are going to see the link there on the comment section. Click on that link and you will join me on stage to make your contribution. The only thing we ask is that when you join on stage, please appear in a decent manner. It is your own wish. If you want to use your video, it is allowed. If you don't want to use your video, it is also allowed. Your contribution is very important. But when you are contributing, try as much as possible to keep your word. Speak in a civil manner because the whole world is watching you. The whole world is watching. The government of the United States of Biafra is watching you. The Deputy Prime Minister is observing this channel. The Secretary for Information is observing this channel. And members of the cabinet are with us here. So whatever contribution you make, we go a long way to create changes where necessary. My fellow Biafran, we have come. The time has come for us to draw the line. The line has already been drawn. Not just time, the line has been drawn. It is no longer time for people to say they are confused. Today, the chaff is completely separated from the wheat. If you are still confused now, well, I can say that your case is irredeemable. We can't help you. Those who are genuinely seeking for freedom, they know where they belong. The United States of Biafra is a foundation and the mandate that was established by Mazi Simon Ekpa, and he told us to protect that mandate. The only mandate you and I have to protect that was spoken about by our Prime Minister is the United States of Biafra. That mandate, we must protect the United States of Biafra. Wherever United States of Biafra goes, if you are sincerely seeking for freedom, you go there. At the same time, if you are not willing to pursue your freedom, you are entitled to do what you want to do. Just like the video I played before I started this program. Freedom of association is one thing that is allowed in Biafra. So wherever you want to belong, whoever you want to associate with, go ahead. You are free to do so. But be ready to be responsible for every action you take. Don't blame anybody. Do not blame anybody for your action. Whatever you decide to do today, it is yours, and you'll be held responsible for your action. But for us Biafrans who are genuine, if you are genuinely seeking for freedom, the time has come for you to take a stand. The time for every deceit that have been for many years now, every deceit that have been for many months now, finally you have known where they belong. Those who are the dogs, that I call the dogs, who are going back to their vomit, you can see them. They are very clear. And before you pay attention and listen to some people, go and check what I have been saying in the past. People that are not consistent with their word, people that are deceitful, people that are not consistent cannot be trusted. When you see people that are very inconsistent in their speech, people who will tell you A today and tomorrow they're telling you B, that is a red flag. That is a red flag for every Biafran. Anybody in the media that is not consistent, it doesn't matter who the person is, including myself. Whenever I cease to become consistent, look for somewhere else to get your information. Consistency matters a lot. Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that consistency is the key. Before you go to any platform to listen to what they have to say, check how consistent has they been with their message from day one. There are some of us that started this message from the time of Nnamdi Kanu up to this day. We are still standing on that message of freedom, speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. And once we take a stand, we are going to remain there until we get our destination. We are not one of those who will be confused. Tomorrow you are saying A and the next minute you are saying B. Yesterday you were vomiting and today you are swallowing your vomit. We are not dogs and will never be. That is why today I have chosen a topic which says United States of Biafra Monday sit at home, which every one of us know. As saboteurs, dogs go back to their vomit. Consistency is the key. We move. Consistency is the key. It is sad that today we see many idiots in this very restoration of Biafra. It is very sad and painful. There are many idiots. Just like Nnamdi Kanu said, he talked about the idiots in Nigeria. Among those idiots in Nigeria, there are some Biafrans who are there. Today, even in this restoration of Biafra, where we find ourselves in this agitation, we see many idiots. People who do not care about their attitude. People who do not care about what they say. They don't even care about the life of their fellow Biafrans. They do not care. They don't care about the information they pass. They do not care how their fellow Biafrans feel. They can say anything and they think they say it and get away with it. But I bet you, for every seed you sow, you are going to reap. Every seed you sow in the course of this Biafra, you will definitely reap whatever you have sown. And to an extent, it is going to go down to your generation unborn. That is why you must be very careful. Whatever you are saying in this restoration Biafra, you must be very careful. You must be very careful. Some of our people are very inconsistent in their word. It is sad that our people cannot be able. So it's not. I don't know how to define it, because when some people say they don't know where to follow, or they are deceived, or they are confused, it baffles me. Because apart from going to school, having the normal education, common sense will teach you a lot of things in this course of Biafra. Because in this case of Biafra, the only thing that you require to know the right thing, the only thing you require to do the right thing is common sense. Common sense. The situation of the Biafran people is before the whole world. The way Biafrans are treated in Nigeria, it is not something that I need to preach to you to explain. Many people that have been preaching before, or somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, made it very clear. Even before Nnamdi Kanu, every single one of us knew the situation of the Biafran people, starting from, let's say, it became more pronounced from 1967 Civil War. From 1967 Civil War, it became more pronounced. The hatred against the Biafrans, the attack against Biafrans, the need for the Biafrans to walk out of the contraption called Nigeria. Starting from 1966. From 1966, they made that plan. Those who are confused along the line, it became clear to them in 1967. In 1966, the British and Nigerian government and their colleagues pushed a lie against a tribe. They pushed a propaganda against a tribe in 1966 for a revolution that was meant to change Nigeria, to make it a better place for everyone. A revolution that was conducted by the young military officers of Nigeria. A revolution which was planned by young military officers, mostly trained in the north. I can tell you that those people who participated in that very revolution were mostly trained in the north. And it was because of the situation at that time that they rose up and they engaged in that very warfare. But they pushed that lie. From 1966, they pushed a lie. And the people, a tribe, have continued to suffer because of that very lie. There has been so much hatred, even hatred against them from their own brothers. The lie continued until it got to 1967. It became more pronounced when they included genocide in that very hatred. The pogrom happened. Thousands of Biafrans were murdered in cold blood. Innocent civilians. The Biafran military officers were murdered in thousands. If you check the record, 1966, that was the population of the Igbo officers, qualified officers from the southeast, qualified officers from Igbo tribe. And when I say Igbo, these people include everybody in the old southeastern region. You are Igbo. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. And I'm not trying to say it to take away your tribe or your language from you. No. When I say we are all Igbo, I don't mean you don't have your dialect. You have your dialect. But when we say we are all Igbos, to the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, in the eye of every Nigerian, everybody from the old southeastern region, from the present south-south, southeast, lower Kogi and lower Benin, you are an Igbo person. That is how Nigeria sees you. That is how the British sees you. It doesn't matter how you continue to deny it. So when we use that term and say that we are all Igbos in the old southeastern region, it doesn't mean that we do not respect other tribes and their languages. No. Of course we respect them. We have the Jaws, we have the Efik, we have the Bibio, we have the Mankeys. We have some beautiful languages, but we are one people from one source. And in case you are confused, go and make a research. Who is the closest relation to every tribe in the southeast? old Southeastern region. The closest relation to every tribe in the old Southeastern region is the Igbo Biafrans. The Igbo Biafrans are related. Go and make a research. Go to Google and question. Ask, who are the closest relation to other tribes? Mention them one after the other. You see that the only tribe that is related to every single tribe in the old Southeastern region is the Igbo tribe. It is sad that they planted hatred among us out of envy and jealousy, greed and stupidity. Some of us do not accept their brothers. Our brothers are fighting against each other. We are fighting against each other, demonizing each other. Tribalism have entered even in our families. This is a division that was planted by the British using the caliphate. But if you want to understand very well whom we are, go to the northern part of Nigeria. So many of us that have lived in the northern part of Nigeria, you can tell this story better. If you have lived in the northern part of Nigeria, you will understand that we are all Igbos. As long as you are from the old Southeastern region, you go to the north, they see you as an Igbo person. To an extent, every Southerner, they see you as an Igbo. Every Southerner. Some of you have not lived in the north. Go and ask people that live in the north. Whenever there is any attack against the Igbos, once they see you, you are from the southern part of Nigeria, more especially from the old Southeastern region, they don't need to ask you whether you are a Joe Efik. Even they will address you as an Igbo person. They call you Nyamiri. It doesn't matter what you speak. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. Call yourself Niger Delta or not. They see you as a Nyamiri. With all those titles they gave you to divide you and your brothers, with all the titles they give you as Niger Delta, this Niger, they will see you as an Igbo person and they will take you out. They will take you out. You will not understand the depth of the hatred and the division that the Zoological Republic have planted in that zoo, using the British, using the caliphate. They see every one of us in the old Southeastern region as Igbos. But it is sad today that when some people are seeing attack against their brother, the Igbo Biafrans, they do not care. That is why somebody will come and tell you, oh, is it not the Igbos they are killing? It doesn't concern us. Is it not your people that are killing? And you think that the attack is just against the Igbos. When you see them rising against the Igbos, you think it's just against those ones who are speaking Igbo. The attack is everybody in the old Southeastern region. Until you wake up and know this, you will continue to suffer. You will continue to face persecution. The genocide will continue and you have no way to run. And I bet you the only time you can even find some security is when you go back to your base and unite as one. Present yourself as Igbos. That does not take away your tribe from you. It doesn't take away your language from you. It doesn't create any disrespect. Every tribe in Biafra land is respected. And remember, in Biafra, we do not have minority. We don't use that word minority. That is nothing like minority in United States of Biafra. We are all equal stakeholders. As long as you are from that old Southeastern region, the present South, Southeast, and Lower Benue, we are all equal stakeholders. So for some of you who they are using to confuse and deceive others and tell you that the Igbos are there to take away your property, they are there to intimidate you, they are there to do this or do that, I am sorry if you fall into that kind of rubbish. If you believe that nonsense, at your own risk, you're only exposing yourself to more danger. And I bet you, when the attack is going to come, nobody's going to save you. At least, if you can tell yourself the truth, the only people that are more protected today than other people who are ready to face the challenges when they come are the Igbo Biafrans. The only people that has a strong defense today to fight back on the attack of the caliphate is the Igbo Biafrans. They have succeeded in building their security because they know where they're coming from. They have been there before. They have fought wars. They have seen hunger. They have seen death. And so they are better prepared than any other tribe in that country called Nigeria. With all the economic sabotage, with all the atrocities of Nigeria, with all the marginalization, yet they are still holding the economy of the zone. If there are any other tribe that is much more prepared in that country called Nigeria, it is the Igbo Biafrans. So don't think that when they are talking and speaking, it's just about them. It's not about them. What the Biafrans are asking for is a very safe place for everybody to live. Equal rights for everybody. Whether you are a northern, whether you're a middle belton, whether you're from the southwest or southeast, equal stakeholders. That is what we want to be. We want every region to be on their space, grow at their own speed. You don't have to slow me down because of you. I don't have to slow down because of you. And I don't have to drag you. Let every region grow in their own space at their own speed. That is what we are asking for. But for you to continue to use your wickedness to begin to bring a tribe down because they are progressing, you cannot match them in a very healthy competition. Instead, you are going against fighting them right, left, and center, even when there is nothing to fight for. That is not going to work. And I thank God that today the Biafrans are standing tall to defend themselves. The Biafrans are standing tall to defend themselves. And the Biafrans, we must not allow anybody to distract us. It is sad that there are some people who are Biafran. Igbo Biafrans, I'm talking about the Igbo Biafrans, who are supposed to be in the forefront of speaking the truth and pursuing the freedom. Some of them have turned to vampire. Some of them have become dogs today. More especially in the new phase where we are today. In the new phase, every one of us, we are present when the mandate was established. The structure was established all the way from Nnamdi Kanu. And Nnamdi Kanu transferred the mandate to our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. During the time of Simon Ekpa, all hell broke loose. It took years. It took years for Simon Ekpa to put things in order and forge ahead. That is why sometimes when I see people attacking the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi, some people making some useless comments, I begin to wonder. Some will say, what are we doing? Do this or do that. Do you know how long it took Simon Ekpa to regain the strength and to regain the face of the struggle? Do you know how long it took him? Simon Ekpa, with all his experience, and ideas, coupled with information from Nnamdi Kanu, do you know how many years it took Simon Ekpa to get back the structure? I want you to think again. Those of you who are pushing Dr. NgoziOrabueze, who are saying that Dr. NgoziOrabueze is not doing enough, those of you who are seeing the United States of Biafra as not doing enough, I want to ask you, when did you join this very struggle? Did you join yesterday? Except you joined yesterday. But if you were here in this struggle from the time of Nnamdi Kanu, I want you to go back and think, how long did it take Simon Ekpa? How long did it take Simon Ekpa to build a structure, regain the structure that Nnamdi Kanu built? Do you know how many years it took him? Dr. NgoziOrabueze is just there, not open, just some months, either 3 months or so. And within 3 months, you can see the massive attack she's getting. You can see the massive attack she's getting. And her own case is even worse, that these are people who were part of the very structure that was built. They took away every single dime that was owned by the United States of Biafra. The ex-minister of finance hijacked finance. You and I know that finance is the key to everything. Finance is the key. When we are talking about the restoration of Biafra, without finance, you can't do anything. Without money, there's nothing you can do. We can speak and talk from today to tomorrow. Nothing is going to happen except you have money to finance it. When we preach and talk about men on the ground, you can't do anything except you have the money. Many of you were here present. The ex-minister of finance hijacked the account of the United States of Biafra and took away all the money that is in that place. Dr. NgoziOrabueze started with little or nothing. Nothing. Empty treasury. And today, go and check what she has been able to achieve. And even as at that, they are still fighting her. The people who hijacked this account and still today, they still have the guts to come and ask her, to finance them or to come and ask her to give an account. People who have seized the account of Biafra for years and refused to account to Biafran people. What is the cause of the problem? Even our Prime Minister has been asking for this account to be made. The Minister of Finance continue to dodge, have refused to account to Biafran people. It is not just Dr. Ngozi making the request. Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko made that request. He refused. He give one excuse or the other. Give him one excuse. Now, it comes a time that Dr. Ngozi is in charge. She still made the request of that very account. Instead of him coming to do the account, he took away all the account and ran away. Then begin to use the money of Biafra to sponsor people against the Biafra itself. And many of people were captured, many especially in the media. I never knew that people that I was in the same media with were receiving salary. We were all in the media speaking. Every one of you that have been here, you see us in joint broadcast then. We still have videos where we are doing joint broadcast. We spend 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours broadcasting together as a media team. We hold our meetings, but I didn't know that some people were receiving salary at the back. This man was bribing people, members of the media, giving them money. Giving members of the media money. Those he felt his spirit told them he can be able to convince. Those he felt that he could be convinced, he went to them, he was paying them money. The same money that you and I was contributing, he used it to bribe some members of the media. And they fell to his hand. While I was here broadcasting and speaking, I never knew that people were receiving salary. And that is why I said in one of my broadcasts, I said, do not put a tag on your head. Don't put a price tag on your head as a PF. In this struggle, it doesn't matter the area where you are operating. Do not put a price tag on your head. Sometimes we put a price tag on our head unknowingly. Sometimes we, the Biafran people, we put a price tag on our head unknowingly. It is sad. It is sad. Sometimes we put a price tag on our head unknowingly. And this is where every one of us must be careful. What you say, the way you act, even the way you relate with your fellow Biafrans. Because you can't trust anybody. You can only trust yourself. Whenever you put a price tag on your head, there will be somebody out there that will be able to pay that price. Let me tell you, everybody has a price. And there is somebody out there who can afford your price. That is why in freedom fighting, more especially in this Biafra freedom fighting, you know, every speculation out there is that you can buy Biafrans with money. The speculation out there is that Biafrans love money. Once you throw money at them, they're going to fall off. That is what many people believe. That is what many people believe. That with money, you can buy Biafrans. Once you throw money around them, they will fall. And that is why if you are in this Biafra agitation, you must not put a price tag on your head. And sometimes we put a price tag on our head unknowingly, more especially those of us who are showing our face and coming out for this struggle. Be careful what you say. Be careful the way you conduct your programs. Be careful people you talk to and the demands you make. The way you relate to people, those demands you make is putting a price tag on your head. Some of you begin to call people privately to begin to make a request. There is nothing wrong in asking for help when you need help. I'm not saying it is wrong. It's not wrong. But you must know the way you present yourself. And you must be careful who you talk to. Because some moves and statements you make makes you have a price tag on your leg. And the enemy will capitalize on that. And when the time comes, you will be among the ones they will buy. And of course, you will say no. Because already, they are going to give you that thing you call favor. And at the end of the day, they will want a payback. And you know, as people say, one good turn deserves another. They will creep in with one angle. Oh, I have done this for you in the past, or did that with the good story you think in good faith you are doing it. Before you know it, you are bought over already. So many of us, have put a price tag on our head. And that is why today you see what is happening in this very struggle. Lies, propaganda, blackmail, deceit. You see people act, you begin to act. People have lost shame. Some individuals have lost shame. You can imagine somebody who will come in a platform, condemn a person. You say, over your dead body, will you go back to social person? You will not do this. You won't do it. You swore. These are people who come, they swear with their God. They say they Ndimbo and whatever. They swear with their gods, their God of their father and whatever. After swearing all those oaths, today, shamelessly, they are going back to that vomit. They are going back to that vomit. And that is why I tell people, you cannot shame the shameless. And when you see this kind of people, why do you have to waste your time on them? Why do you have to waste your time on challenging them or even talking? You don't have to. Some of you say you go to their platform to hear. Why do you have to hear what they want to say? Why do you have to share their video? Why do you have to send it to me? Why do you have to share it at all? Why do you have to listen to what she has to say? Such people have no message. Such people have no message. People are so shameless. You came on, and you know that internet never forget. If it's something you did privately, it is a different thing. This is something you came to public and you swore. You say over your dead body that even if everywhere for heaven fall, that you will never go to social direction. But because you lack shame, that is why you fall back to something you have sworn for. And these people are the people who come and tell you about gods. That is why some people, when they come and tell you, oh, let's go back to tradition. Oh, our tradition is the best. Let's go back. I begin to look at them. The problem is not your tradition or your religion or whatever. I don't believe in that crap. When they say, some people come now, they capture religion. They say the religion did this, religion did that, religion did that. Some will say, let's go back to tradition. It is not about going back to tradition. Neither is it about religion. It is about the evil mind that is in you. There are some of us that are very evil. Even the religion you are attacking today, it is human beings. Those who were meant to use that religion to touch life, instead of using it to touch life positively, they are using it for their own selfish interests. Look at how some of the criminal pastors have destroyed Christianity. The criminal pastors today have destroyed Christianity that sometimes if you don't know your stand, you will be ashamed to tell somebody that you're a Christian. You will even be ashamed to engage anybody in a debate on things that have to do with Christianity if you don't know your stand. Look at the people that are preaching tradition for you. They say, let's go back to their tradition. Sometimes they paint their ear, they wear white, they do different kinds of things. They bring the stick, they say this one is Ofo. They bring this one, they say this one is Ofo, this one is Ogu, this one. Lies, all lies. Today, just imagine one of the person that you people adore and promote. The problem is not your religion, neither is it your tradition. There are people that their conscience are dead. And those people that are conscious and dead, there's nothing you can do. And this grade of people are everywhere. This kind of people, they are everywhere. They are in the churches, they are in the tradition, they are in your villages, they are in your meetings. They are in this, many of them are in this struggle. Shameless people, they are in this struggle. Many of them. And it's unfortunate that some of us, when they come to entertain you, you fall. Some of you are very easy entertained by those nonsense. When they come, they shout praises. They call you name, they praise you, they call you this and that. You lose your brain. That is why I say those praise singers, I hate praise singers. Not hating them themselves. That attitude, that character of praise singing, I hate it. Once I see somebody who is a praise singer, I detest that attitude of being a praise singer. And they are easy to detect. Whenever you see them in an environment, they are the very first people that will come and praise you as a leader. Oh, you are doing very well. They will give you the title that belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama. They will give you titles that belong to Chukwu Okike Abiama just to make you feel you're on top of the world. The same people will be the ones to destroy you. Go and check. At every time in this struggle, those praise singers, go and check where they are and what they have done. And up to now, some of us are not careful about those praise singers. You should be very careful about those praise singers. Be very careful about praise singers. You will always see them. Oh, Batobie, oh, he's our God. Oh, he is our Messiah. He is this. They will take title that belong to Chukwu Okike and give to an individual just to make you feel fine. And if you are not careful, you get carried away. Why do we allow those praise singers? And we make that mistake all the time. In this agitation, this Biafran restoration, we are making that mistake. The mistake was made during the time of our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu. The mistake was made in the time of Mazi Simon Ekpa. And the mistake will be made again. That same mistake is about to be made again. Allowing praise singers, over praises, when you see them, shut them down. You don't have to, there is no need for you to praise anybody. We are equal stakeholders. Let's focus on what matters, pursuing our freedom. All those trying to show yourself, we are all equal stakeholders. Wherever you're being appointed to work effectively based on what you are appointed to do. If you're on the media, face the media, pass the information to the people. If you're in administration, whichever area you're put, if you're in finance, focus on your finance. Deliver your job properly. If you're a man on the ground, focus on defending Biafra land. Forget about giving you title. They call you 10 staff general. They call you many big names. By the time they begin to address you in all those big names, you begin to address those people in those big names. Before you know it, they are gone. That is how we build monsters among ourselves. So many of us Biafrans, we help to build monsters. The monsters that are biting us today, we help to build them. We are the one that build the monsters. And when they grow and become a giant that we can't be able to control again, we begin to cry. But we join hands to build them. That is why I have always said, why don't we focus our attention on building an institution? My reason for supporting the United States of Biafra today, it is because that is the mandate. It is not because of Dr. Ngozi. I am not supporting the United States of Biafra because of Dr. Ngozi. No. I am supporting the United States of Biafra because it is the right thing to do. That is the right foundation. The structure. Common sense is going to show you the structure from the time of Nnamdi Kanu. Even if you have made a mistake, just have patience and focus properly. You are going to find out the truth. From the time I started following this very struggle from Nnamdi Kanu, I have never taken a stand and changed it the next minute. I don't. I have never taken a stand and changed it. I don't. And it is because whatever I say here is based on my common sense, what I see, what I've investigated, and what is right. Whatever I follow, whatever side I go, whatever I decide to do, it is based on information that I have. There is nothing I say here because of what a friend has said, or what a brother has said, or what a colleague has said. No. Every speech I make is based on my own finding. I apply my common sense to digest, and you can do it the same. You can do the same. Leave your hatred. It doesn't matter. I don't need to like you. I don't need to like you for you. I don't need to like you for you, me and you and I to walk this part of our freedom. I don't need to walk. As long as you are on that right path, I don't need to like you. Excuse me. I don't need to like you. The only thing that matters is the truth. As long as you are standing on the truth, on that structure, I don't need to like you to work with you. For me, the only thing that connects us together is that thing, freedom. Freedom is one thing, common interest that every one of us has. Freedom. As long as you are genuinely pursuing that freedom, I don't have any business with you liking you or no. I don't have to like you. I don't have to. And your likeness and hatred cannot change anything. It can never change anything. It can't change anything. You don't choose a leader because you like him or her. You don't choose a leader because it is your village or from your village or your classmate or no. That's not how you choose a leader. You choose leaders because they are qualified for that post. Even if you don't like them. Even if you don't like them, if they are qualified and they can deliver the job, choose them. That is how leaders have been chosen. You don't choose a leader because you like them, just because of your personal lifestyle. Oh, because this guy is handsome, he has muscles, he's a rich man, he's a poor man, he is young, he's a woman, he's a man. No. You choose leaders because they are qualified. That is how to get a good leader. But today you see people out of sentiment. Some people today are following certain people because their brother is following, because the man is from their village, because he's a woman like them, because he's a man like them, because this is the person I've been listening to all this while. And you think you are reasonable. You are not reasonable. You are not. And why you are making that decision? Because you have put a price tag on your head. Make sure you do not put a price tag on yourself as a Biafran. If you do, you can't go far in this struggle, because there is somebody out there that will buy you over. There is somebody. Today, I tell you, the whole thing is being made simple. It is being made simple, but still you see people giving excuse. When you see somebody, a dog that vomited and swallowed it, somebody who have taken an oath in public, not even private, in public, the videos are still there. The same person you abuse and cause, and how can now, I don't imagine how people still come now and they take the person serious. But of course, there are people that are shameless, and those people who are shameless, you can't shame them. Don't even go to attack them. Don't go to their platform and say, oh, hey, go and curse him. Let me go and challenge. You don't do that. You're wasting your time. Don't go and challenge them. Don't share their videos. Don't go and listen. Because they will never change. They will never change. For somebody to speak to that highest level, curse himself, the whole curse that she have rained upon herself today, you can imagine. Some of the videos she made in the past, I wonder how she feels when she begins to listen to those videos now. I wonder. I just wonder. Let me tell you, in this very struggle, even if tomorrow I decide not to be in the United States of Biafra supporting them because of one thing or the other, if I choose not to support the United States of Biafra because of one thing or the other, I will never, ever, ever go to any idiot. I will still be around. I'll be talking about the freedom of Biafra. The same thing I've been doing as an independent broadcaster. That will not make me to stop talking about Biafra. There are so many things to talk about. The plight of our people are still out there. The problems we are facing are there. Nigerian government's position is still there. There are so many areas I can focus on and forget about other issues that I'm not comfortable with. But for me to go back to Egypt, God forbid. But it is a pity that today we have many idiots in this very struggle. As Nnamdi Kanu said, make sure you are not one of those idiots. And if you're one of those idiots, the earlier you change, the better for you. You're welcome, my beloved sister, Ojugo. Thank you so much for joining, my sister. Let me allow you to give us your speech. I know it's a very quick time for you. Morning, you might be preparing to go to work. So, my beloved sister, Ojugo, let's hear from you.
Thank you, my brother, Chicks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I could see that you brought down your time. You know, when I saw that you were alive, I just I touched it, and it was Nnamdi Kanu was talking, and then after some minutes, I was like, oh, maybe he's done. I know he starts around 3 a.m. I'm calling from Texas, US. So when you came, I was like, oh, okay. Seems like he's changed his time. So that's good. So that I was able to start, you know, I was able to be there when you started. So that was good. And I want to touch one or two things that you mentioned earlier about when you said Igbo people. Yes. When we did history, you know, history, it hasn't been long to stop history, because I'm among the new generation, but I did history at school. And during the history, we always learned 3 main languages of Nigeria.
That's right.
And they will say Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. So when you say Igbo people, you didn't make any mistake. These are the three main languages before the amalgamation. So that includes everybody in the Southeast region. We're all considered Igbos. So when you go to Europe, I lived in Ile-Ife. They have dialect different, and that's what we have. We all speak the same language. We're all related, but different pronunciation of things.
Exactly.
You know, so we have mother tongues in our own region, the same as the Hausas. So when we say Igbos, I hope nobody misunderstand that. These are three main languages in Nigeria. And then when you go on your own region, you have your own dialect too.
Dialect.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, Banyokwu Aja no what you said.
Thank you.
So, and there's another word that you mentioned over and over. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. It happens to even when you want to do exercise. In fact, me, I'll say, okay, every 6 o'clock, I need to go work out. Trust me, some days I don't even want to get up from the bed. You know, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. If I don't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. So consistency is the key. But if you keep to that time, you will see the benefit of it in your body. So it's the same as those in everything of my life. Consistency. This is what I believe in. What do you believe in the beginning? What do you believe in? Do you sincerely believe you want freedom of yourself, of our people? Do you really believe that Biafra land is under bondage? Do you really believe that? Or you're saying it because people are saying it? Because if you believe that, nobody, not even change of Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow will change what you believe in.
Never, never.
People need to know that. Even if someone come out tomorrow and say, hey, that thing I believe before, if you know that Biafra is under bondage, you will not even listen to him.
Never.
So you need to tell yourself, what do I believe in? Do I really want this freedom for myself, for my generation? Do I, in a foreign land, really want to go home? Because as I am now, my family know it, everybody know. Then any day, Biafra land is fully secured. In fact, halfway secured, I'll put in my retirement here and I'll go home. I want to go home. Today, tomorrow. I want to go. Do you really want to go? Or are you comfortable where you are? Because some of us pretend that we want to go home, but in the actual sense, they don't want to go home.
That's true.
You can imagine somebody who built a big mansion back home, and your children is in overseas, they marry white, they marry somebody from Ireland, they marry this, they do this, they are doing every investment here, and you build a mansion back up. Do you think you're preparing a ground for that child to ever look back home to that mansion you left in your village? Who is fooling who? And people are not reasoning very well. I keep talking to people here, the way we do things here, I don't understand it. So what I'm saying is we need to know where we are. Stand gidigam there. It doesn't matter who is ruling. It won't even take you a minute to know who believe in what you believe in.
Exactly.
That's all. Because if you know yourself and what you believe in, trust me, nobody will shake you. Nobody. Nobody. So our people need to know their stand in the struggle and what they believe in. My brother Chooks, there's something else you mentioned. I'm just here supporting all your talks. You know, you said price. We'll have price. But it depends on how you carry yourself. It depends on how you put out your price. You might not even know when you put out your price.
Exactly.
And trust me, there is somebody there that will buy you.
Definitely.
Most of the people in the media has gone astray by asking money to buy gadgets, by asking financial help. Look at the Remigius. Look at Adadiorama. Look at most of them. When you are on the media, I didn't say don't also, but know your stand. Do not let them use money given to you to use it against you, because they can use it against you.
Definitely, they will.
So when somebody is giving you money, please ask, what is the purpose? I hope you are not giving me this money to support you, because I will not do it. When you do that and let the person know your ground, then but when somebody that you know that does not believe in what you believe in gives you money and you take it without going into an agreement, you are in trouble, because whatever that person will do to you, that person will get you, because you know that the person is not of the same belief and faith with you, and you accepted that money without defining your stand. So the person will come back and say, oh, you know, this is where I am, and you took my money. Because you ate my money, this will happen to you. Trust me, it can affect you. Identify yourself. Ask for help. I didn't say don't ask, but make sure you find out what is the intention of the person giving you this help. And tell the person your stand before you accept that help. With that, whatever the person will do later will not affect you. I want the media team, I want the people on social media to get this corrected. A lot of people will come asking for gadget, asking for this, so we can push it. Please define your stand before you accept that fund. That's one of the things I want to make people understand there. That's how I live my life. You cannot bribe me. If you give me, I'll tell you, but I will tell you, you cannot buy my opinion. You cannot. So make sure you do that. Otherwise, mmiri ga-eri gị ka o si rie ndị oriri on Saturday during fundraising. Maka enwe ndị mmiri riri rie ha to the point that amaghị m ma agụtakwara ha from that water. So, media, all the people on this media team that we watch you, we appreciate all of you. Please, when you're asking for help, be careful. Don't put up, because this is opportunity for these evil people to buy you over. They'll buy you over. More will be bought over, said Nnamdi Kanu. More will be bought over. Don't make yourself available. My dear Jokes, continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you for that contribution, expanding on those things. It is very important that once we throw all those topics so that they hear other voices and get it better. Maybe some of them won't understand it the way I explained it, but when you come on and you make your contributions, nobody will have an excuse. Because in this very struggle, we have a lot of, I don't know how to describe the set of Biafrans we have. Sometimes I begin to wonder where this kind of Biafrans are coming up from. Things that are in black and white, you see people still asking questions about it. Sometimes it's very difficult and very hard for me to understand why they are asking the question they are asking. But I thank Chukwu Okikabiam. As long as he gives us strength, we will continue to speak and we'll continue to strengthen things. Thank you so much for joining. Chidi, AKK, thank you for joining. Chidi, let's hear from you. Let's hear your contribution, Chidi. Are you there, Chidi? Chidi, we can't hear you.
Good evening. Good day, Choose.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining. We can't hear you, Chidi.
You are not hearing me.
I can hear you now. Go ahead. We are breaking up. Go ahead.
Okay. Please, I want to tell you to tell people stop calling men on ground. We have army now. It's army, not men on ground. People are using that men on ground to replace people. Let them stop that men on ground. We are a nation now. We have our own country. It's army, not men on ground. Let them not address them as a men on ground, please. It's the only thing is the only thing that I want to. Please.
Thank you. I think you have a point. I think you have a point. It is better we be using army on the ground. It is. I think I buy that very idea, because this issue of men. I think I've been thinking about how to use other terms to describe our people instead of using this men on the ground, men of the ground. I think you have a point. It is.
We are a nation now. We are not men. We don't have any.
Biafra army. Biafra army.
There is men on ground.
Exactly.
Media, men on ground, but our angels, army, we don't. We are not out. They are not out. They are not taboo. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you for that contribution, Chidi.
Biafra army.
Exactly. It's high time we begin to use Biafran army, Biafran Liberation Army. That is the best thing for us to be using, because most time when they talk this issue of men on the ground, it has become so corrupt and so it doesn't command respect anymore. It doesn't command respect and it doesn't sound nice.
Mr. Chooks, not liberation. We are out of that phase of it's Biafra army, because it's a full government now.
Absolutely.
Biafra army, U.S. army, Navy army, just Biafra army.
Absolutely. And I hope that Biafrans will take that correction and we will continue to use that Biafra army, because the Biafran army is where we are today. Let those who are still in Egypt continue to use whatever name they want to use. So Whoever want to tell us about our army should
when I
mention
left,
Biafran army, and we know you are talking about Biafran army.
yes.
We can put on. Okay, Chidi, your voice is breaking up. Chidi, you're speaking, but we can't hear you. Your voice is breaking up. Check your network. Maybe you can just shift a little bit from where you are.
It's glitching. It's glitching.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said that let us. And it's for me. It's for media. Media is the man on ground because the media tell what is on the ground. Army is our army. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we have to just focus on that very army. It is very important. That's the importance of us. All these contributions we are making. It's very important because some of us in the media here. That's why I tell people that we have the opportunity to speak in the media doesn't mean that we know it all. Every one of us have a role to play. Nobody knows you. Nobody can boast and say because without you, Biafra cannot come. And this is one of the mistakes that some of us are making. Simply because you came in the media and you have the opportunity to speak in the media and people are listening to you, you begin to feel so powerful that you think you can change everything by yourself. That is not how it works. Everybody is important. Whichever area you are serving Biafra, you are important. There are people that don't even show their faces. There are people you can't even hear them in any platform, but they are contributing immensely, financially. Are you not going to look down on them? Simply because you have the opportunity to come on the media and speak and you begin to feel very powerful. Every one of us is important. And we must have to continue to make our contributions and the government is listening. While you are making your contribution and bringing your own idea, don't stamp it and say, if this one you said must happen. No. We all have to bring that suggestion. It is left for the government to decide which one to implement. And as they implement it, if it doesn't work, they'll continue to change.
No, please, it's just say it. Please, I didn't say it.
You're breaking up, my brother. Please. Chidi, you are breaking up. You're really breaking up. I wish we can be able to rectify and get your connection very well. You are making a point. We really need to hear from you, but your connection is so bad. It's glitching. We can't hear you. We can't hear you at all. We can't hear you. Or maybe you just log out and come back again.
No, it's bad.
Maybe you just log out and come
back. My connection. Again. Okay, thank you.
Just log out and send a request again. I'll bring you in. Maybe it will be better then. So, my fellow Biafrans, every one of us must stand our ground. Just as we said, consistency is the key. If you are not consistent, you are going nowhere. And that is one of the popular things we had from our super leader, Nnamdi Kanu. If you did not hear any message, if you forget every message of Nnamdi Kanu, you are not supposed to forget that one. Because almost in every program, he will say it. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And we must have to look into that consistency, more especially in the media. Before you begin to share somebody's video, it doesn't matter what the person is saying. I have started this on my platform. On my WhatsApp group, if you post any group as somebody who doesn't belong to the United States of Biafra media, it doesn't matter what the person is saying. Even if you are praising Dr. Ngozi, I will remove the video. People can go and watch it. They can watch it and say whatever. But to promote any platform, privately or public, I don't promote it anymore, except people who are officially in this very struggle under the United States of Biafra. Because most of the time we end up building people who doesn't have Biafra at heart, who are here for their own personal interests. Before you know it, they begin to feel more powerful than you that is a Biafra that they're supposed to serve. Time has come that before you go to a platform or you promote a platform, go and check what those people have been doing before now. Go back from the time of Nnamdi Kanu, what were they doing? The same thing, many people that are supporting this their Egypt today. People that are supporting the Egypt today who are going back to their vomit, go and check their record. What have they been doing during the time of Nnamdi Kanu? During the time of Mazi Simon Ekpa, go and check how they have been flipping in and out, talking from both sides of their mouth. And today you see them where they stand, and still yet you cannot be able to know who they are. It is sad. It is sad, but we have to wake up. We have to wake up. Because Chukwu Okike Abiama is helping us to make things clearer for us. He has helped us to make things. That is why when I saw that one of the biggest agents they have has finally showcased who she is and took cover where she's supposed to be, I was so happy. I was so happy when I saw that she has finally taken position where she belongs, to make it more clearer for people who say they are confused. And on the State of the Nation address of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi, she made it clear. Now you know those who are with us and those who are not with us. You understand better in case you don't understand before. But just like the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, the government of Biafra doesn't act the way you expect them to act fast. Nnamdi Kanu was using the same system. When you think he's going to talk, he wouldn't talk. He will keep silent. And he will continue to walk. The same thing with Mazi Simon Ekpa. When you think he will fight, he wouldn't fight. Most of the enmity that Mazi Simon Ekpa got was because he refused to act when people want him to act on their own. Not because he did anything bad. The people that fought him, some fought him because of what did they call him? The Karawite lawyer. Because the Karawite lawyer was not taken out then. They were fighting Mazi Simon Ekpa. But Mazi Simon told them, it is not time. This is not the time. Calm down. They refuse. And they break away and begin to fight Mazi Simon Ekpa. They break away. There was a group again that fought Mazi Simon Ekpa because he refused to remove Nelly. It is not that he's not seeing it. Mazi Simon Ekpa was seeing it clearly what was happening. He saw it. But there was important issue to be handled that time. Things have to be gathered together before some actions have been taken. And some people break away. And they were fighting, they hated Mazi Simon simply because he refused to fight Nelly. Another stage coming, another group again came. They began to fight Mazi Simon because they pointed out a particular person to fight. And Mazi Simon said, no, it's not time. Don't go there. And they all hell break loose. The same thing is what is happening today. The same thing is what is happening today. And more are still going to happen. These stages will come. There are people that are going to fight Dr. Ngozi because she didn't do what they wanted her to do the way they want it. There is time for everything. There are some wars that you have to plan before you fight. And that is one thing Mazi Simon said. Mazi Simon always said that he doesn't fight a battle and lose. And the only way that you can fight a battle without losing is to fight with a good timing. Fight the battle at the right time. If you do the right thing at the wrong time, it becomes wrong. That is how many people fail. You must wait for that right time. You must, just as what Mazi Simon was trained as a sniper. And one of the things that snipers are trained to do is to be patient. You must be patient. A sniper can lie down on a field for hours waiting for the target to come. A sniper can spend days. Sometimes they will come and look at a target, remain there and watch and watch and watch. The whole day we go. They must be patient and wait until that appointed time. And once they fire, they will never ever miss. Patience is key. We must learn to be patient. We must learn to be, if we must win in this battle, we must be patient. Because I tell you, more people are still going to fall out. And as they are falling out, many people are still going to fall in. Every one of us must have to have that accommodating heart and be able to know what you want. There is one thing that connects every one of us: freedom. We want to be free. That is one common interest that every one of us have. And when you see people falling out, even though it is painful, you must continue to move on because you know what you want. And when you see new people fall in, open your heart and accept them. Because don't say because this person come yesterday, why will he come in this position and be in this position? Because this one come yesterday, why will he be the one speaking? Once you begin to go to that tone, you will still go the way others go. I have been in this very struggle for a very long time. I do not come to advertise myself. Neither do I want to put myself in a position where I will become the alpha and omega. No. Even on the media, so many of them who are shouting and talking today, I've been in the media before them. I've had the opportunity to be in the corridors, to be with this and that, but I don't do that. Even in meetings, I prefer to be an observer so that I can see clearer than to be in the front. I see very clear when I'm very far away, observing and hinting, and it is easier for me to take my decisions. But when your own aim is to project yourself and make yourself the alpha and omega in the front, it is about you and you alone. When you say a thing, you give an advice, it's not taken, you get offended. And before you know it, you derail. And you begin to fight against something you are supposed to protect. You begin to swallow your vomit. It is sad, but that is what we see in the struggle today. But we must continue. Yeah, welcome, my brother Greg. Go ahead and speak to us, Greg. Today we changed our time. Thank you for joining. Let's hear from you, Greg.
Yeah, Jews, good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome, my brother.
And good afternoon, Biafran. Who is that? Who is on that place? OJ or yeah.
It's our sister Ojugo.
Okay, Ojugo.
That's our Igbo name.
It's very tiny. Ojugo.
It's Ojugo. Yeah, it's tiny. Sometimes you got
So,
that's my Igbo name.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, choose. We thank God today again as we continue Monday. You change your time. It's no problem. When somebody have time to join, he join. Who doesn't have time cannot change any situation. You have to work according to the program you have in the hand.
Yeah,
that is the thing. So thank you for your work. As we continue moving, no retreat, no surrender. Yeah, it is very interesting. We thank God for DPM and her speech on the weekend. She made everything clear, and we are asking God to strengthen her and make her to work, as she said, with all the cabinets, because what we believe is in the strength that God gives to us. It's only when we propose and God help us to achieve it that we can say, yes, everything is working. That is the thing. So it is very interesting, and what was very interesting on Saturday, to see the fallen angels. And then one big thing that interests me in that thing, I just watched only just about how many minutes about in their program in fundraising, when they were doing their fundraising. So there is one guy that came up. I don't know. The guy saying he come from Italy. So the guy was trying to ask them question. They were forcing him to make donations. So the guy happened to make a €50 donation, but he still want to ask questions. They asked him to ask questions. So the guy started by telling them that you people in the government are not telling us the truth. So they shut him down. They couldn't allow the guy again to speak until, I think, at a point they removed the guy. So, but that is the problem. If they were disciplined enough, why didn't they allow the guy to know where he's going?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And explain to him.
And then, yeah, and explain to him if he's mistaken. So, but they didn't give him a chance. So from there, I just go out from that their channel, and then say I don't need to waste any of my time. It was later I heard that one of the people that said they can never make any program except in Igbo language because I haven't done Burundi. So when they want to talk, I didn't watch it, but I heard that they gave them condition they cannot speak here without speaking English. I said, oh, they gave me that condition.
He did not holler. He did not shout. They gave you condition and tell you that here you must speak in English, not in Igbo, that way everybody can.
Really?
Yeah. So they did not allow him to speak in Igbo language.
Good.
They say if he wants to talk here, he must speak English.
Yes.
And he forced himself to speak it even like me as I'm speaking my own, because I'm not a perfect Englishman. But I never swear not to talk in English. I can only talk in Igbo. And anytime you watch his program and somebody who say he only speak in Igbo language, you find out that every of his program, her English is always more than the Igbo he spoke in his program. Even though you cannot speak good English like me. So that is the problem. As Ngangabutos or Danesenas.
Yes.
And these people have shown him that we don't want you here. You cannot come here to control us.
Also, I imagine also.
You cannot. So Akbarawa gave him condition. You cannot come here and speak Igbo language. You must speak the language that everybody must understand. This is the lady that Ngozi said nobody should insult her because she's speaking her language. Let everybody be proud of her language. Because people don't know what they have until when they lose it. So for this very platform, she went back now. As she come back, they give her the condition that she can, whether she like it or not. So that is what suit that lady. Because if you watch this lady, I believe many people she have dropped away from this struggle is more than the people she brought in.
Of course.
So, and that is removing Adanarama from government or USB is the best thing that happened to this government. I'm telling you.
Definitely, it is.
Because many things, and I'm saying that that the information, but I believe the lady must have destroyed a lot of things, even from Simon's Ekba time.
She has.
You know?
She has. It's not maybe. Every one of us know it. She has. How many times was she suspended?
She must have destroyed a lot of even innocent people, which have false accusation, lie, and propaganda.
Exactly.
You see?
Exactly.
So, and that kind of person, you don't need her to do anything with her at all. You don't need her. You don't need her. How can somebody speak and swear? And at the end of it, before you talk and swear about something and say never in your life, you must have been 100% sure of that particular thing.
Exactly.
That's what people don't understand. You cannot just say never in your life when you don't know if it is true or not. When you have not made up your mind, that means I believe maybe she's not okay. It's possible. Yeah. I believe maybe this lady is not okay because I cannot see any normal human being behaving that way. I cannot.
It is very sad.
He said something this afternoon, and the way you pronounce it, everybody will say you're 100% sure. In the next 4 or 5 hours, you change. And this is something you cried and begged and say, I'm sorry. Before you say something and come back and say, I'm sorry, you must have did the research and know that indeed you made a mistake. So, and any person that taking her serious, that person is not well as well. Because when I watch she and the Remigius, it is unbelievable. People don't, if I say something, some of the programs I normally come up here, in your program here, anytime I speak, sometimes I go back again and listen to it, listen to myself, I listen to myself. Because you can't just talk. Talk is not cheap. Talk is not cheap. So that is one thing people must know. So the best thing for me that happened to this government is how not being this government. So from whatever this government will be doing, they know there will no much, there will be no much propaganda. You know. Now the media don't have much media, and those people that do saga in the government media here, no, they don't have them. So all the saga people now, they pack them one area. Let them go and do saga.
Simple.
You see? Yeah. All those people that know how to do saga, no more account, and they want a profession, their profession will come. You see? Yeah. Yeah, with pride. So let them pack one side. Let them go there and do whatever they want to do. And I said that I'm saying shame to an old woman that cannot show good example to the children she's bringing up. So her children to her grandchildren. It's a shame to that very woman. Any person that following that kind of woman, in fact, I cannot understand people in life. Most of the time, you start experiencing what you cannot believe that some people who have crossed 50 years will be doing. I think anytime God gives person grace of 50 years, he should say, thank you. So anytime he wants to do or say something, he must say, no, the last thing I will do now is to lie, because you don't have gone above anything concerning lie. God has given the grace to stay people, where people can see you as a model of life in life, where they will follow you and know, yes, this is the kind of life I want to live. This kind of person I want to be. I will live like this person. I will live, do these things like this person. But this woman they call, I don't know, is not an exemplary life. She is not qualified in anywhere to advise anybody. She's not qualified. Every of her advice is evil because she represents evil. It's a pity we are saying it. It's a pity that a woman of 70 years cannot identify honesty and truth. You know? How can somebody start to behave like this? You declare there for under 3 months that the Simon Ekpa was invited, and somebody went and told military, the army, the Biafra army, don't do anything again, because they knew that Dr. Ngozi don't have their contact. She had been respecting herself, doing those work that she's supposed to be doing, and let the people that is in concern do their own. But when the PM was not there and give her authority to work on her, on his behalf, to replace him, they knew that she doesn't have much contact with the men on the ground. Then they blocked her and start ordering the men on the ground not to do anything. And those people who were witness to all those things, saw those things, being a witness to all those things, propaganda they did against this woman. And after 1 month, they started crying to this woman, they are cleaning our people, they are cleaning our people, they are cleaning our people. Where is the money? Where is the money? Where is the money? As if the woman was supposed to manufacture money and the military from somewhere else. It's terrible. And the old woman come out, instead of her to address those men on the Biafra army, and address the people who left the government and continue with propaganda against the government, she turned against the woman. She says she told that she will be going on vertical leave or whatever she call it. Yeah, she went on sabbatical leave, and immediately Simon Ekpa was taken. And you were not ashamed. You abandoned him. And you come back, you started accusing the woman and stand for Simon and stand for the Biafra people. And asking her, where is the money that people have been contributing for 3 months? honestly, when you think about it, it's very painful. And the military on the ground are buying those things. That is what pains me much. And you say you want freedom, and somebody come and ask you, "Don't stop doing anything," and did not join hand to say, "Where is the money that was given to you all this while? Why didn't you want to work with the government that our PM left all those things with? Why can't you go and to answer that question about the money and then reconcile and before anything? They say don't do anything. You buy that idea. So it's a pity that our people love money more than their freedom. That is the only thing I can use to qualify that. They love money more than their freedom. But when you have that money, you don't have freedom. Where will you eat it? Many people make millions. This man that live in America that is come to run Anambra State governor about 2 years ago, about last 4 or 5 years ago. The man that came from he's a doctor that built houses for people in his village. I forgot his name. He came under is it under PDP or under what? There's one party he wanted to come and he's living in he's a medical doctor.
Yeah.
Or he's a billionaire. You see? So all those money and all those things he built, he came almost from the same side of that Dr. Ngozi came from. From that Oga to Umuchu. Umuchuku is the village. That's in the name of that village. His town is Umuchuku. The man I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So all those billions he made in America is coming home. And they don't have security. So where will he enjoy? He can only go back to America and live. So, did he have peace? No. All those things you make, you're supposed to come home and with all the whole thing he built, both hospitals he built in that village. All those things, how will they function? They cannot function because there is no road. People will not even have road to go to the village to go and for hospital or for treatment or for anything. There is no electricity. And how many generators will he buy that will carry those things? This thing he built, because he built a kind of skyscraper in his village. How many stories? More than, I think it's more than 10 or almost 15-story building he built there. Yeah. So how would he lift a walk? So this is the kind of what we are crying and why we are lamenting. We want to go home. You want to go home, you make the little money, you go in your village, you are happy. And you take it. Now Trump is making problem. People should go to their villages and their towns and their countries. We don't have where to run to. If Europe will continue like that again, we also have problem. Majority of people who come here, they don't have problem. They deport some of them, then those ones who have paper here, they will be here alone. You see? How will I be old here? They will send me to old people's house. Who will you go there be discussing with? Which language will you be talking with them? People that did not accept it when you are young, or is it when they will accept it when you are old? So that is the thing. So my prayer is Biafrans should wake up, open their eyes, and know the truth. Follow the truth. Don't follow, this is my friend. No, I'm not coming to choose as a friend. I don't know who choose is. I don't even know the country where he's living. But I'm coming here because I'm hearing the kind of message I want to hear. And I'm given the opportunity. And I believe that both of us are fighting for the same thing. That is my purpose of coming here, not coming to look for a friend. People who are living very close to me, I have not been able to have opportunity to make friends with them. Then how much more someone who is very, very far from me? So that is the situation. Yeah. You see? So I think we shall continue. Let me give somebody in the house time to talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. You have spoken well. You have spoken well. And I want to remind Biafrans that today is sit at home, as we have all agreed. The sit at home is still going on and not enforced. It is something that has been put in place by all Biafrans, and we are keeping it rolling until every Biafran political prisoner is released, until the Zoological Republic conduct acknowledge our self-referendum. Until we are free, we will continue to sit at home and demand our rights. Remember, on Saturday during the nation address of our Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ngozi, there are some statements that was made that have to be reiterated so that the Biafrans will keep it to heart. And this is one of the things that came out of that very broadcast. He said, Biafra, Tower, United States of Biafra government, formally the Republic of Biafra, State House, Coordination Capital Territory, Ebube, 15th March 2025. Notice of designation of terrorist organization. Remember, on that very broadcast, the United States of Biafra have designated some organizations as a terrorist organization. That very broadcast was loaded. Every single information and update we needed are there. And that is why after that broadcast, I still see people ask questions. I begin to wonder. When you cannot spend your time and pay attention to listen to the broadcast, digest it, and you still come, you begin to blame the government. They are doing nothing. What are they doing? And I wonder the kind of what you want the government to do or what you yourself is doing. It only shows that you're not paying attention and you don't know what you are doing yourself. You only focus on criticizing, attacking, even when you yourself have nothing to offer. This is one of the things that came out from that very State of the Nation address. The government of the United States of Biafra proscribe and designate the following organizations as terrorists. So if you're in Biafra land, when you see these groups, know that they are terrorists, stay away from them. And if you are one of them, if they employ you, you are working with them directly or indirectly, the Biafran army are going to treat you as a terrorist when they come across you. So be warned. Don't say you are not told. Those organizations are ISIS West Africa. They are terrorist organizations in our region. Boko Haram, Nigerian state-sponsored forces and special forces. Every Nigerian state-sponsored forces and special forces, they are terrorists. Whether the military, whether the police, whether the army, whether the DSS, secret, special, or whatever, they are terrorists in Biafra territory. So if you're a Biafran and you're working for this organization, you are doing that at your own risk. And when our Liberation Army gets you, when the Biafran Army come across you, they are going to treat you as a terrorist. And whatever happens to you, you will be responsible for it. Another group is the Fulani Raiders, militia of the Nigerian regime. Fulani Raiders. You know the Fulani Raiders. When we talk about Fulani Raiders, you know who they are. They go to houses and they attack people. They terrorize people with their machetes and their guns. You have seen them operate in so many parts of Biafra land. They come and hit and run. Once the Biafran army gets you, you are a gunner. We're going to treat you as a terrorist and you're gone because you are a terrorist. Joint Task Force, Southeast Operation. Every joint task force in the Southeast, all those joint task force in Biafra land that are operating in Biafra land, whether it is formed by state government or federal government, as long as they are working for the federal government of Nigeria, they are terrorist organizations. If you are working for them, serving with them, operating with them in any way or form, the Liberation Army gets you, they will treat you as a terrorist. You are going to face the consequence of your action. So be warned, don't say you are not a Ebubago, established by the Nigerian regime. Every Ebubago forces, wherever we find you, any place you find, you can only operate in Nigeria. Go to Nigeria and operate. Biafra is a sovereign nation. If you are Ebubago wearing weapon or uniform, answering, sponsoring, in any way, no matter, you rent your house to them, you are sponsoring them directly or indirectly, you'll be treated as a terrorist, a sponsor of terrorists. And whatever judgment the Liberation Army pronounce on you, you are going to face it. You are going to face it. Agone Chamber. Agone Chamber is a terrorist organization in Biafra land, established by the Nigerian regime. Agone Chamber. It doesn't matter. I don't know the mosquito you are guided. Once you see you as a member of this agony chamber, wherever you are found in Biafran territory, you are a terrorist and you'll be treated as such. AVG, established by Nigerian regime. AVG, whether you are working with them, sponsoring them, you give them your house, you are associating with them in any way or any manner, you are a terrorist yourself, and Biafran government will treat you as such. When the army of Biafra gets you, you are going to pay the price. Operation Udogachi. Operation Udogachi, established by Nigerian regime. This message is important so that you don't say you didn't hear. More especially for people in Biafra and people in homeland. Don't say you don't have any job to do. That because there is no job opportunity, you go and get yourself involved in a terrorist organization. Nobody's going to spare you. The army of Biafra will not spare you. Operation Udogachi, AVG, Agune Chamber, Ebubago, Joint Task Force. These people have been designated as terrorist organization. Do not get involved with them. Do not get involved with them, no matter how much they pay you. If you get involved, whatever happened to you, bear the consequence. Unit of Nigerian Army Forces, Special Forces, AFSF, operating in United States of Biafra territory. If you're operating there, units of Nigerian Armed Forces, Special Forces, wherever you are found in our territory, you are a gunner. Lakaroa is a terrorist organization, and we don't want to see them in Biafran territory. The Liberation Army of Biafra is going to treat them as terrorists that they are. The Biafran general public is hereby warned that any person or group of persons participating in any manner whatsoever in any form of activities involving of concerning the above designated groups are committing crime against the Biafran people and will be considered accessory to terrorism. Don't say you didn't hear. Don't say you didn't hear. Signed, Ngozi acting head of state and deputy prime minister, on behalf of the head of state and prime minister, Simon Ekpa Njoku. Don't say you didn't hear. This warning have been getting out there. Don't say you didn't hear. Don't say maybe you didn't have a job. Oh, that is the only job opportunity I will have. That is the only source of living. That cannot be your source of living. You better go and look for something to do. Go and look for something to do. And the earlier you do that, the better. Because where we are today, there is no going back. There is no going back. The coast is clear. We must continue to pursue the recognition of Biafra and the full restoration on the ground. You and I have to be involved in it. That is our focus. Everything that is not for the United States of Biafra, stay away from it and support the United States of Biafra the best way you can. That is the only mandate we have. The only mandate that has been handed over to you and I to protect and defend is the United States of Biafra. If you have any other mandate or you have any other group you want to associate yourself with, freedom of association is one of the things that is in Biafra land. Feel free. But when you join yourself with any organization, be ready to face the consequence when it comes. Don't blame anybody. You're welcome, Akonyo Wetere. Thank you for joining. Let's hear from you, Akonyo Wetere.
Yeah, so good afternoon from this end.
You're welcome, my brother. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, my brother. You're Bali. If you are late today, man.
Yeah, that's
There are some things that have come to be constant in one's life, and also constant in this struggle that we are in. I do advocate for not saggering with this bunch of fools. That's what I call them. Deranged people. Well, it has come to be constant in the struggle. We cannot do without them. I will speak on your topic. During that State of the Nation address, I paid a keen interest. I listened carefully. So all those things that our COS said, there were no mistake. It was structured by the Chi in heaven. It was structured because during those times that the mistakes, as they are called, as we could call it, were made, I did know that it would be their point of discussion. But that's by the way. This struggle we are in, I would want to draw an analogy from the story, the popular story in the Bible. The Bible made it clear that the journey from Egypt to Canaan land is a 40-day stretch walk. But immediately they crossed the Red Sea and wanted to camp and rest for a bit, that God saw their heart, how evil they are, and decided to delay it. And it turned to journey of 40 years plus. And our take home from the story was that all the generation that came out of Egypt died, and it was their children. Even the almighty Moses could not get to the promised land. Rather, God in his magnanimity had to show Moses, come, see the land, but you will not get there. So in this struggle for freedom, I want to liken it to that story today. And the earlier that many people understand, not even to say it won't happen that way, but it comes to the reality, to your sense that this is what that will happen, the quicker the journey will be for us. But sadly, unfortunately to us, many people that is championing for this freedom are always engulfed on the illusion that they will carry Biafra and give to us. And when that delusion comes in your mind, that is when you will start championing the cause that no other person will do it better than you. That you did not get to the promised land, I will diversify it this morning or reclassify that it might not be that you will die before the struggle, but in the life of that struggle, as we are pushing for it, it then means that you might not be much active in leading a group or leading a department when Biafra will come. Had it been that what God deemed fit did not happen, that Simon was not called out for questioning, and after the declaration, I don't know if it would have been possible or not that these charlatans will spring up to start ranting on social media. But I know that if Simon was the one that directed all the happenings in Finland, did all the declaration stuff and ratifying and all the program that he planned, and was able to be the direct head of state that is still giving orders, Nigeria will not be the same today. Even the struggle will not be as it seems to be today. Now, let's say that, as he did say, that after the redeclaration, that it won't be long. Is either they call us for discussion or they face the wrath from us. And let's still assume that it happened so, and Biafra is being given to us today. I know that if the discussion comes and they discussed that we should go. One among the significant things that will happen is that the nation will be given to us, and then Nnamdi will be released, just as it happened during apartheid regime. Is it that they release Nnamdi a day before we celebrate the actual independence at home, or as we are celebrating the independence at home, Nnamdi is released, just as happened with Mandela and the white apartheid regime in South Africa. Now, will Nnamdi come out that day and say that we have to go back, that I want the Biafra to be, I want all these things to be achieved by me? He won't say such. Rather, he will be happy that these things had come to be. But all these idiots are not seeing it that way. The people that I pity most is the followers of them. And where the saboteurs are much is the men on the ground. And not all of them, but those that are at the head, the likes of Gento, Igwe Butuzo, and many of them. Those are the problems that we Biafran have. Because let's assume that after the redeclaration, when these three musketeers that went out and started causing commotion, had it been Igwe Butuzo, Gento, Holy Ghost, and the likes of them, was able to come out and affirm that we are not in for this. We are not siding anybody, but you people should go and unite. As in, intermittently, they will come and affirm. And from the look of things, Biafrans will know. At a time, they will come to their conclusion that, okay, it seems like
we can't hear you anymore. I think Akonyo with we can't hear you anymore. Maybe you have a network issue. Check your network and let's hear you again. We can't hear anymore. Akonyo with we can't hear anymore. And for the record, Akonyo with when we are talking about our army, we refer to them now as army. When it comes to those who are talking about men on the ground, we no longer have anything to do with such kind of language now. When we talk about our army, we talk about Biafran army, and we speak about Biafran army. Anybody that want to be on the ground can remain on the ground. For today, we continue to refer to our forces as Liberation Army, Biafran army. And that is where we are. We must continue to do what we have to do. And for the record, something that everyone should continue to pray for United States of Biafra and our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi. She is doing a lot, and I bet you in a very short time, you are going to see something that's going to surprise you. And I am saying this for every one of us to continue to support the Liberation Army of Biafra. Whatever donation you are making to the Army of Biafra, continue to do that. Those things you wish to see, in a very short while, you're going to see it. And I want to remind you, sometimes just try to relax your mind. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath sometimes and think of where our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, came from and how long it took Mazi Simon Ekpa to put the Army of Biafra together. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established the ESN. And the ESN was established, it triggered the Zoological Republic. And it was one of the major things that made them to make that move. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, after he established the ESN, in his last broadcast, he said, after the 150 days fasting, we will move. If you can remember his last messages, first of all, he made a broadcast where he cried and said that this is the prayer he has been making in the secret. He has been making a prayer in the secret, but now he wants to make the prayer in the open. He cried out and said that he has prayed for Chukwu Okike Abiam to give him men to go for this battle. And he has looked around. He cannot find up to 2 people. He can find up to 2 people who are very, very ready for this battle. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu crowd in that broadcast and he said, are there no more men in Biafra land? Are there no more men in Biafra land? He went ahead in that broadcast and he prayed and said that he need 100 men. That if he can be able to get up to 100 men, that he is going to march. The rest people can come later on. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made that broadcast, requesting for 100 men. He said, since he has been in this very struggle, he has not seen up to 3 men. He has not seen up to 3 people who are ready. That he has prayed in the secret, and now he wants to pray in the open. He did that in the open. And he asked Chukwu Okike Abiam for 100 men. That he's helping to, if he sees 100 men, that he's going to march. And he went ahead to conduct the 150 days prayer, fasting and prayer that every one of us get involved in. He said, at the end of that 150 days prayer, we will march. That other people can come later. That was his speech. The message is still there. For some of us who were following them, you must have heard it. And it was that very 150 days prayer that we were in it. We were in it. We were in that prayer. And before the end of that prayer, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was taken away from our midst. He was taken away from our midst. Because after that prayer, Chukwu Okike Abiam brought the men. He brought the men who are going to go for that battle. And our enemies know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu doesn't make a threat. Whatever he says, he will do. When he says he was going to march in 150 days, he was very serious about it. It wasn't a joke. And they moved using the insiders they have, the criminals they have among us. And they kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. After that kidnap, just take a deep breath and think, do you know how long it took Mazen Simon Ekpa to be able to regather the ESL, to save the ones he saved their ass? Some of them that are stubborn today. Some of them that are stubborn today, Mazen Simon Ekpa, it took him time to convince them and bring them back into the fold. It was not an easy journey. It just go and take how many years it took Mazen Simon Ekpa to convince them. Even in the process of trying to secure them, Mazen Simon Ekpa made so many enemies. Mazen Simon Ekpa made many enemies. Many people fought against him. He answered different kinds of names. In the process of saving them, it took years before he was able to secure them. And he formed the Liberation Army. And when he created the Liberation Army, all hell broke loose. They came again. They entered into the international conspiracy that took him away from us. And it didn't end there. They took him and silenced him and removed him away from the road. And today, Dr. Ngozi stepped into that very shoe. And today, she is moving on to restore the army of Biafra. The restoration of army of Biafra is not an easy job. It is not an easy. I want you to get this straight. It is not a day job, not a simple job. But I bet you, after the work has been done, when they march this time, you'll be glad to see them. And it's going to happen very soon. If you think back, the process that Mazen Simon Ekpa passed, you will know that Dr. NgoziOrabueze is in a very high speed. The same speed, even speed, her own speed is even greater, the way I'm looking at it. Similar attack, even though they are of different levels, but she is not slowing down. If you are supporting the Liberation Army, increase your support. Now, as we speak, this is the time you have to increase that support. This time, you must have to increase that support now. In a very short while. That thing you want to see. That thing you want to see, because all of us, many of us want to see something. Some of them will write me and say, hey, they want to see something before they do something. Let me tell you, we are in a government, mind you. The government of the United States of Biafra will not engage in anything propaganda. The government of Biafra, United States of Biafra, will not show you anything to entice you. There will be no propaganda. It is a government. And this government have been registered and recognized by some bodies and movement are making. On that very speech of our Deputy Prime Minister, you saw her mention countries that the Biafran government have written to, notified about the declaration of Biafra. Dr. Ngozi mentioned countries that the government have notified about the redeclaration of Biafra. And we cannot do all that and then engage in propaganda. Not at all. All you have to do is to exercise patience and watch. Very soon, those things you want to see, you are going to see it. And I bet you we will defend Biafra land by all means necessary. And I bet you, when it begins to happen, you'll be glad that you put your money where your mouth is. Forget about the blackmailers, propaganda, and black that's coming right, left, and center. It will die off. It is already dying off because today, the separation has been done completely. The separation has been done completely. Those who are causing the distraction, you now know where they belong, so you can't be distracted anymore. If you're getting distracted, that means you are part of them. So you better move fast and join them. By the special grace of Chukwu, we are getting there, and we shall get there, and victory will be ours. Yeah, welcome back, Akonyo Wether. Welcome back. Let's hear you. Take some time and get your conclusion before others contribute, and we prepare to.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Your network, Nigeria.
Yeah, I got it.
They'll carry you down. So just as I was saying, the real problem that this government had and is still having, maybe it is a bit being managed now, is the men on the ground. Because why is like they are trying to dance to the tone of the government now? Is because they are seeing it by themselves. That Biafrans are not fools. Because if all of them majorly, the corruption that we are seeing in Nigeria, that is what 80% of the people that comes into the struggle always come along with. And that was the message that these fools pushed during the early days of their campaign. That success Oge is the one that Simon assigned. Go and ask Ngozi if he's so important. Why didn't Simon give her the chance to have any contact with the men on the ground? They push that narrative until it become void. They now channel it to start digging information of Ngozi. And them, they were mute until they could not get money from Oge again. They now start to come out to blackmail Ngozi, so that people will go to Oge, because they know that the shenanigans they are playing behind the scene will continue. Because I always ask, the way that Simon was kitting them, the way funds were made available to them,
that she has no jurisdiction to try me,
was very okay. But immediately Simon was called for questioning, these guys went comatose. But I believe that the government is doing the right thing. And all of them went haywire immediately. Ngozi announced the centralization of army. They read their jargon, speak their nonsense grammar, and at the end of the whole thing, the fools also went back to them. But I want to tell those that are going back to Brigi. You are going back to Brigi. Why some in Brigi are denouncing Brigi indirectly? I told you that I've done some investigation, and I discovered that all this newfound name that is carrying the attack on Ngozi, that they were all people that attacked Simon.
You're right.
That
You're right.
flipped their name to a different name.
Yes.
So that they will attack Ngozi and make it look like they're in good time with Ogi. That idiot that said that he report our DPM S account. That idiot will not be nobody else than Emeka Gift. So many of them. So what I want to say this afternoon is that our DPM, I know even if you are not listening to me directly now, your personal advisors and the people that is working with United States of Biafra, they are listening to us. What you guys will do is what Mercedes, Rolls-Royce, Toyota, and BMW are doing in the market. They don't do much advert, more especially Mercedes. Rather, they are head bent on improving, bringing out a super luxury car, modifying it in a way that when people see it, people that have money, because you hardly see non-entity buying Mercedes. It is people that are well to do, that are articulated in their mind and whatever they are doing. That is what I want you people to go and copy. Modify this USB to bring the best. Sack anybody, I'm talking to our DPM, that you see that the ethics of leadership is found wanting in him or her. Sack him immediately. That is how you bring sanity in the system. Because if you allow all these corruptors to be with you, like I said that Simon made a mistake. Because giving Akparawa and Van the second chance is causing us this tsunami. Had it been that when that buffoon turned around, that he was made and allowed to be ordinary Biafrans, nobody, his light would have shed away long time ago.
I agree with you.
But Simon gave him life back. That is why he found his foot to attack and call us fools today. So you, our DPM, anybody that fall back, because in times to come, their light will die off. Do not give anybody second chance again. That's why I said in our Igbo culture, there's nothing like forgiveness. Everything is principled. And it was made known to everybody that Nelangu Madi Begi, Mihim Batwa Kage Yadatu, Gubunwan Baligo, Nisere Diki Hinoya Yabia. Our culture was incomplete. So Biko copy that one from our culture. What we forgiveness ndo kaji. Because all bar on a chuya kogo, the likes of Ada, Gabopo, Jela Racha. But I do thank God. Now the Bible God and the Alconso Kuna, none keji kewa, none ka ejuke maybe. And he haven't only Johnny a good war. He had to fight. You know, they are very fond of saying Biafra is a spirit. Kiniko.
They don't
Not
understand.
that you are working yourself.
They don't understand what they say.
And when all said have been done, when the time is due, the way that God in the Bible managed to wipe out that generation that came out of Egypt, according to that story, many will die. Many will fall sick. I will always point out by Steman Mezu, those are the people, those are the people that fought Nnamdi behind. Look at how they died. Nnamdi will always praise this man. But they died. Many will die. many ihe ha nwetere but because there will be nowhere to be found, nobody will know. But ihe ọjọọ ada akwụ ụgwọ. And Daddy Oramma said that Oge was paying everybody that for her to go back to Oge, she will be saboteur. I saw that statement as a red flag. But she's very okay today going back to Oge. If you are rational in your reasoning, is it not a sign of madness? Is it not a sycophant for you to follow her? The person you were busy cursing yesterday. What face will she use to go back? What will she be telling them? Will she be telling them that she was misinformed? And if she was misinformed by who?
By who? Someone that claimed.
Because I did remember that people were telling her not to saga anybody. But she said that Nanki Bazua no Hanaha. A man, all the Jews that came to tell her that Chamaka called him. Did we know that Chamaka called him and said that if they will take order, that they will go and take the order of Nnamdi Kanu? What face is he going back? And if you will be daft and foolish to follow him to be bridging, it then means that you yourself, you are insane. Because you babu okwan. Gini keja maronyara, oga kati ogaba azu. Any other clearer definition of Unyara? Unyara enweghị direction, or is a directionless somebody. So biko na ụmụnne m, onye kwuru ya kwudosi ike. Enwere okwu nkwu sị na ọ bụ na m ga-esogide hụ Ngozi o duru m to that Bermuda Triangle. Good and fine. I'm a man, because a man lakwuru okwu ya. But biko na USB. Atokwu ahụ mmara afụbe m ebe Rolls Royce na-eme advert ahịa ọma ji aka ere onwe ya. Carry on with this your reform, bring the best, do the right thing. It's just a matter of time. Ọ bụ na abụọ na ndị be anyị dị confused as a lack of history. Ihe nso wụọ nyere anyị onye ọbụla gbaba mbọ ịkwụrụ agala akọrọ anyị ihe a na-akọrọ. All few bụ ndị na-ekwu ya n'ọka nkọ mmadụ ọnụ, mana all few bụ ndị dị conversant with ihe na-eme na Nigeria. Because YouTube, Facebook ewere go twerking, ọkacha ndị nke nọ na Nigeria. Ebe a na-ekwu eziokwu, it won't go viral. But if onye la-abọ ike, ọ la-aga viral. Our people are Dundee. No Biafra land.
Too much.
Oh, unnecessary question. But thank God that leaders are being made by God. Go attack ala boya ode kuku. That is you can area. Reform more. Build a system guard the heart from Madizuri. Oh, ya be here game. The lives of gentle and honest of them. How could both for land? I nwere ike ịgbagbu onye Biafran, but iriri ego ọha tụtara anya gị. Ego ahụ ha tụtara anya gị ka i were mee ihe iji hụ mee ihe. Arụ ka i butekwara onwe gị. Mbọsị aja ana Igbo na ndị na-akpọ ndị mmụọ na ndị egede. Mbọsị onye ebilite ọrụ. Omenala Igbo adịghị enwekwe forgive na ọ dị elekwa anya n'azụ. Ọ ya akụgbu ha na ofu ofu. So ya dịbakwa for now ka ndị ọzọ tinye ọnụ.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you, Akonyo Wether. Thank you for that word. And I believe everybody is listening, and the governments and our members of the cabinet, everybody, everything people are saying in this platform is noted. Our Deputy Prime Minister is observing this platform. The Secretary of Information is following up. If there's anything contribution that will make that must be implemented immediately, it will be implemented. If there are any suggestions that are being made, they will be looked into. So I appreciate you for that contribution, and everything every other person has spoken is an opportunity for us to say our mind, regardless how it sounds, and we will listen to you and hear. Biafrans will digest it, the members of the cabinet will digest it, and by special grace of God, at the end of the day, we are going to arrive at the best. Our government has us in mind, and they are looking forward to get the best for us. That is why I'm telling you, the best, we must be patient. Patience. We must be. That thing we want to see, you're going to see it. And when you see it, you will say you never believe that Dr. NgoziOrabueze can go this far. I bet you that you're going to see something very soon. Just be patient until that thing is unveiled. Then you will be glad you did. Continue to support the United States of Biafra the best way you can. And our destination is victory. Let's hear from our brother that just joined us now. Ikenna. Mazi Ikenna, let's hear from you. Go ahead and speak.
My brother, good afternoon.
Welcome.
Yeah, please, Go
ahead.
One name, ekene gị ọfụma, amaka meele gị, Chineke anyị dubo n'ụwa, adusibo n'ike. Asị m na ọ bụrụ na ọhụrụ n'ụwa ka ihe ya akọ, hey, ọdụ ochie aka anyị Jesu, Chineke meela anyị ebere. Asị m na even enwere m ga abịa pụtakwu okwu asị gị ịnọ outside bịa na emesi tattoo bịa na Biafra land, mana anọ m every Monday ha ma aga anywhere, ana m anọ sit at home every Monday. You want that program every Monday, and every Monday, and I'm not sit at home. I didn't map again anywhere. So now, on your carry, we're not at the hand. No Monday, India need develop na back and Azana. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze ha Chineke melu na ebere ndị iberibe fa nọ na-ekpogharị na-achọ onye anyị ebula akpa ya. And ihe na-ebe a ha cha niile both mana ana m esogbu nke a na-akpọ Pastor Baba ma abesom na ndị flow ya before. During our leader, mgbe aka kpara our leader for questioning. This guy every day ọ na-ewepụta oji bubudo program na-etu nna m afa butu ụzọ na-asị na nke a nwoke a na-etu afa na-emezi advert butu ụzọ like this onwe ihe na-emenụ. Kịta ka m ji shọpụta ife this man na plan ama m na ha na-adọkọsị ndị mmadụ na-akpọkọsị ndị mmadụ ka ya bụrụ
Thank you, my brother. He the very observant. Ya nwa bido ụzọ tuwe mkpu ahụ. Ọbịa program even self ọ na-etupu butu ụzọ karịzie Maazị Simon Ekpa. Karịa Maazị Nnamdi Kanu self. Onye nwa butu ụzọ Rose na nke ochie na Twitter na-akpọzi ya Rose.
Enwe ma yes. Ihe nsị gị na a na-agụkwara ya enwe egwu a na-akpọ butu ụzọ mgbe ahụ bidozie si chenu na otubezie ya afọ ahụ si hey Chineke ọyọrịa bel gbagam si na o nwere ihe nwoke abụ n'obi. So now ihe na-anapụta ife na-asị na ụmụnne m anya kịta ka m fụrụ ihe nchọpụtara because nna adị ọzọ na watch ihe ọbụla na-emenụ only step ọbụla ma this struggle anọ n'elu onye mee mistake erie ya ozugbo. Ọhịa mụ na ndị my friends na-ekwu ebe everyday mụ aka ha na-agba bịa sị m na ka ị ka m si fụkwa nke a si ya wee nụ nwayọ ka esi ụta wee soro ya hapụnụ mmadụ eta ndị a bụ ezigbo criminals. Kedu ka mmadụ ofu onye ịbụ finance minister ekwekwa aka ịchọ ana ka echebe ọchịchị ịkpọ onwe gị acting prime minister because na-akpọgo gị for account ka ime account ịmago na that na onweghị na ihe ọzọ ya eme bụ inweta nwe nke ahụ na-azọ na akaụntụ ahụ n'ụmụ echefu ihe gbasara akaụntụ ndị ego niile ahụ iri ana just like that enwe nke ịpak ya like that o wee si n'ime kebe ego o kechaa n'ego wee fụ na onwe ezi ya ka o ji tadozie eze na nke a nọ ya enweta ihe mana ọ dịghị izi ụmụ Igbo Biafrans abụghọ ndị iberibe a na sense dị ha n'isi dị too much. Ị na-eme a na-enyo gị wee mara ka ị mara ebumnobi gị fajetadị eze mara yes na anụ mgbe Biafra Unite na-ekwu na ihe maka nye ma ọ so na onye ọ nọ woto ọ chọdobe defense ndị men on ground ha wee nyoo wee si mba ka ha si ebe a wee jide wee jezie lụọ ma wepụtasịa ma ndị a wee na-agụzi ndị mmadụ. O nwere many people a na-eje echi warning na ime agbagha egbe n'isi ime enyi nke those people no media na-atụ ụjọ Mana vam na Sonny Akpalaba bụ ndị wepụta those account wee na-eme those evil. Yes, wee na-alụ ana. Wee na-alụpụ ana. Nnukwu my friends ya na-enu atọ nke madam nwaanyị ga-ebulu nwaanyị ha je ha ozugbo lụọ nke alụ wee gwa ya okwu ọsị hey na ndị achị na PM ziri ozi because na amụrụ nwaanyị na ha nọzi na-akụ na-amụ ya amụ na anyị kpagị na ya enweta ihe ọgezi ebe ala onwe ya tọlọ na PM gwara izilie nke ji bụrụ nwaanyị because onwe na nwoke ọ ya sị na PM ezighị DPM n'onye ka ezi na ya bụ ihe nkwa ka ọ dị ọgbakọ ya ma nke agwagwa na ozugbo machapụta na si hey na-eme nka mee ọzọ na-ele onwe ya tọrọ lekwanụ mbọsọ ga-eme advat ka ebe mee fundraising ka onye m na-apụtaba ana eme advat ya ihe so gị mee Igbo ma onye bụ ezigbo mma ndị Biafrans ma ihe onye na-eme ihe ọma nyewa ka ha kwụ so na ya fọsụ mmadụ ebe ọ ya etinye gị ọ dịghị possible na onye ha ma na-etinye ego ebe a na-ego etiri ebe a na ọhịa n'ofuru efu na ego ha ya eke n'ime onwe ha ha nakọcha ego ahụ eke so n'ọnya ka m jesi odogwu unu jisi ike ọnụ asị m na ụnụ anwakwara nwa na chi ya azụ bikonu ka iji mba nụnụnụ ọ bụrụ na ọhụụ nụnwa ihe m kwubu bifo ọ bụ ka mmadụ jee zuo ike bikos na ọ bụrụ ma onye oshi a idogoro ya n'ihe mana fu kriminal ka ọ bụ na idogoro ya afọ ọ bụ mmadụ agwa gị mmadụ ifuru onye bụ dọkụmentị na onye bụ dọkụmentị bụ onye anyị ya dodosi ike na-ayọ ya nnedo biko na-akwa ya aka n'ukwu nne jisi ike anyị so gị jisi ike ọ bụrụ onye gba aka empty enwe ebe akpọrọ conference ya bịa gị go eje ebe ahụ eme under who without any document ọbụla onye ebe ọkọba ha akọ ha ihe a na-eme ebikwa n'ihe mmụọ ya ihe a na-eme ebi ihe mmụọ a sị m ndo biko njisie n'ike o Chineke gọzie m unu na Chukwu oke abịa.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution, and we will continue. And we can't go back to yesterday. We had to get back. How you forward ever and backward never.
Backward never, yes.
We are standing on the foundation, the structure, from Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu laid that structure. We got forward and we want to notch. Oh, you look at I from time. Master Simon Gaba, and I got 1 year. I hope Master Simon got Dr. Ngozi, but I got you 1 person aside. I prove with it. The same thing I do. I get him do the exercise. I said, I'm a man. Yeah.
I'll be late. We are late.
Let them continue, but we must continue. Just like my brother Kanye with the that's on the mission the negative and then they follow him and then I went nah you can if reason EJ follow them. Can if their reason?
Yes.
You can use reason. Sometimes I wish that some of them can come on our platform because I have said it in this platform. I had a money. We don't come here to insult people. Only when a superior argument. Even when they know with them, they were superior argument. When they be here, why the reason you were not supporting them? Why the reason you were back to yesterday? We can learn from each other. I can now people with superior argument that can come and confront us on this very channel. Come for a debate. Bring your superior argument in Mary years, just same tomorrow. I have said it. That now with the United States of Biafra today, I brought because of Dr. Ngozi. No. I am here because it is the right place to be.
Yes.
I know I'm here because of Dr. Ngozi, not because no one in there, or because no one working on them, or because somebody not BS, not because of any personality. I am here because no the writing from the very first day we do join this agitation from time of Nnamdi Kanu. I buy into the idea of Nnamdi Kanu and I reason with the points on it. That points on and you resonate with me. Even if all but tomorrow say the other I choose Biafra, I have seen reason to continue to pursue Biafra. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Even when we came to back tomorrow, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, they made different things altogether. It will not stop me from talking about Biafra. I will still stand and continue to speak and wait until that very thing is threatened.
But for me to join, Nokata here tomorrow, because Ngozi, I don't like what she's doing. Because a join or a different. I don't look for a party to join. The only thing that keeps us together is freedom. Freedom is the common interest. And you can fight for freedom anywhere you are, based on truth. At the end of the day, we are arriving at the same place. The only place problem comes is that when you begin to add lies, you need to deceive people. They deceive people. They project I will not be with you. And that is why I say, we should stop this issue of praises, praise singers. Imani we praise singer. Bikonya yo here for now. Na put in two modara. Itu onye chiku bi ne iwura fa ye chiku oka bi na nye mmade ka ekedegi. Itu mother, you took the people that took the mother, they get confused.
Yeah.
We don't need a team. I actually see a team. He made to make Biafra come to it. I actually team. Don't praise anybody.
Yes.
Don't praise Mr. A. Don't praise Mr. B. Because that's what I say. Build. I build to chat people. Build people. Biafra. Had this year much more stronger than the Biafra in a fight. For this year more stronger. Go on there praise. If at the end of the day, was an idiot. He must have been. We should stop this praise singing. I never liked it for any time. I don't like praise singers. I don't like that attitude. Not the people themselves. The attitude, that attitude of praise singing. I get important occasion. Mother have before you call. If you don't go to mother, give it the true alpha for. Or we fight there. Why don't you focus on what we came for? Focus on what we came for. And then they go and check them all the seat. At the end of the day, they will be the first people to betray. Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, our Messiah, our angel, our Jehovah, our Christ. Go and check them. Where are they today? They were the people that sold him. Up to the extent of taking oath with him, they were the people that sold him. Look at him as a Simon. Oh, the new Messiah. Oh, Jeremiah. Where Jesus? Where Joshua? Where Moses? Go and check them. They are not genuine. Today.
Yes.
Where are they? Some of them may be the connect out. Some be the again get to Ngozi. Some of them are Karaharan. That Ngozi be program have been to go to something that doesn't have anything to do with what we are doing. Now we are in a government. Why don't you see many governments, how governments operate? Government on an official meeting, exhortation. They will just call you with a title to yourself. At most, you come there, you address her as the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi. As simple as that. You say your point, ask your question, and get away. This issue of comedy, important handles. Do you want to advertise yourself first? You want to shower praises? Those praises are not necessary or not necessary. It doesn't help Ngozi. It doesn't help Biafra or help anyone. Why don't you use that time here, call all those praises? Use that time and make your point. Ask your question. It's your job. At the program, somebody will use praises and waste the whole program, waste all the time unnecessarily. And at the end of the day, go and check. They will be the first people to betray. Yes, they will be the first. And how praise getting notice. If you don't notice them again, you will want a bad person.
Yes.
Once you don't notice them anymore, you don't become bad. If you don't advertise them, you don't advertise whatever, you have become a bad person. We should stop giving such chances. Let us stop creating strong men and strong women. Let us create an institution. Great institution. Operate in media. Support anybody that is in charge of media and in media. Not that person. Mbosonya have make the work with that United States of Biafra na afaya. Wari also happier. Operate in finance. Support anybody who is in charge. Mbosonya have no katra season or who has that United States of Biafra. Not in Nyawa with a strong person. Abandon the idiot and let the person go. Look at the office of the Prime Minister today. Support that office of the Prime Minister of Biafra, United States of Biafra. Dr. NgoziOrabueze is in charge, the Deputy Prime Minister. The office of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, which Deputy Prime Minister is in charge today? Support it with all your strength. For him or herself. Abandon the person. Focus on that institution. the United States of Biafra. Inside the United States of Biafra today, saying that South here, you just read your platform, made different thing. Goodbye. Let those who want to join you on that your organization join you. The place I stand, where I build and anchor my strength, is on United States of Biafra. As long as you are serving United States of Biafra, I will support you with all my strength, based on the angle where I am serving, and I will never go back. I pray that every one of us will continue to do what we are supposed to do, continue to focus until we get to the promised land. We'll be rounding up on this program, and on our final words and rounding up, I will allow my beloved sister Ojugo to give us your speech and include it with your any other informations and summaries, advice for the Biafran people as we round up on the program. Let's hear from you, my beloved sister Ojugo.
Okay, Mr. Chooks, I think we've all said it all, you know. At this point, I think every reasonable person knows what is right and what is wrong. From, you know, when people talk and you listen, it's every evidence that everybody knows what they're doing at this point. Yes. So with that being said, I think that person, I don't know if it's among the military, that says Biafra Army. Please, we need to, and on the media, if somebody said on ground, correct the person right away. That's how we're gonna get the spread out, so that people know and address them correctly, because they're going through reform.
Yes.
Serious reform.
No more men on the ground. Say our
no more men on the ground. Serious reform, so they're not touched. Yes. No. So we need to give them that respect. Likewise, when you're addressing somebody that has a title or suffered, please always address that person with that title, especially if it's educational title, doctor. It's not that it's you're respecting the hours, the time, the awake in the midnight that person spent to achieve that certification or that name. It's not easy.
Yes.
So that also another place I want to also talk is, Mr. Chief, is there any way you can cut off, cut it to be very short, where we can pick on WhatsApp, share on WhatsApp, those people mentioned as terrorists on Biafra land?
Yeah,
so
I'm going to do that. I will do that definitely. I will do it today.
Yeah, so we can share it and have our brothers and sisters back on, spread it to save life. That's we'll do. We'll please share this to save life, and then it will go viral so that we can share it all over the places.
Yes,
please,
you're right.
if you can do that for us, I will highly appreciate it.
Yes,
I know my family data issue always, but once it's on WhatsApp, everybody is listening to it. So then that will be my suggestion, and if you can do that, I will appreciate that. Otherwise, we all know what to do and whom to support. And congratulations to our DPM. She is doing an awesome job. She's even running faster than our Prime Minister.
Faster.
She is running faster than our Prime Minister. So we are with her and we'll continue to support her. It doesn't matter. River is already carrying out those who step their feet on the riverside. They've been swiped away. And we hope that the water drop them where they're able to see the Biafra land. Thank you, my brothers, and God bless you and continue to bless you and your media team. You guys are doing wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. Thank you. I appreciate you. May Chukwu Okukabia Magara and protect you, secure you, and bless you abundantly too. So, Brother Greg, let's hear from you, Bro Greg. Give us your summary and your closing remark. My brother Greg, you're there.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, my sister, the last speaker. Yes, we will continue. There is no going back, just as you answered that, our brother that spoke last. We are not going back. We are moving forward. We cannot even dream going back. Talk less of going back in the first place. So there is no going back until we get where we are going. There is no step backward again. We have suffered so much and we cannot go back. So we encourage Biafrans to stay strong and never think of anything going back. Only have patience and support the government. That is the thing. You see the propaganda that is going around because I believe they know that maybe the PM is maybe might be coming to court, as they said in May. I think I sent that thing to you, the interview of Ifeanyi Ejiofor. So he's making evil things that he cannot have answer and cannot have evidence. I think that maybe Finland is like Nigerian, where you can just come and put story on the court, and somebody, because of the common story, and do injustice. So now they are making a propaganda against the PM and making an interview in Nigerian government with all their evil these things. But all those things, they will see that it will fail them because they need a lot of evidence to present. Why our PM have a lot of evidence at hand, even before all these things, he have been putting all his evidences before all this thing. The idiot that called himself Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the former lawyer of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, making accusation of terrorists and how he was killing our people, and how they were kidnapping, doing kidnapping and sending someone money, and this and that. Okay, you have not watched it.
I don't need to watch it. I think I saw it when you said it to me, but I didn't even watch it. I think I deleted it because I know he has nothing to say. So he's just repeating the same accusation that was made against him, which we have evidence.
That's what I'm saying. So, but he did that all those people that were killing and all those people that the police were catching, that they were doing things, saying that thinking that it was Simon Ekpa. When they will catch them, they will call their men.
Yes.
That they are the people that sent them. So the evidence.
They call their names. Exactly. We have videos where the names were mentioned.
Yeah, the ones they go and the one they did in what do you call it, where Chinas and Woru was living, where they're having the IPOB meeting, when he was saying they will be doing things and they will killing people, and Simon Ekpa will not know that they are the people doing those things, and Simon Ekpa will be shouting water, without knowing that they are the people. They are the people who are doing all those things. When he was saying it in their meeting, in the IPOB meeting, yeah, so he knew that all those information and those evidences have been gathered and kept for long time. So we are waiting for them to present their evidence, because you cannot provide fake evidence. The evidence is that here with the police and the votes in Nigerian there, when they got those people, they said they were sent by Chinas and Woru, and Chinas and Woru is the manager of Ifeanyi Ejiofor. So
my brother, you see, if he is smart, if he is serious, he's supposed to buy a ticket, go to Finland, and testify in court against, go and testify against Martin Simon.
As a lawyer,
As a lawyer, he should go and represent Nigeria. Go to Finland, even represent himself. Go and present everything against Martin Simon. In Finland, he should go. Let's see if he will come back.
That is the problem. You remember there's one this thing PM did that time about the killings in Nanamba State.
Of course, there was a lawmaker they kidnapped. Even the lawmaker they kidnapped.
The
lawmaker
they kidnapped that time.
That involved
they called
even
their names and everything and asked the governor to go and arrest. What is happening now? It's not the thing that is happening. The sole criminal lawyer that went with Akwaoka, where is Akwaoka now? Akwaoka is in jail because of all those evil things.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, they saw him spreading money with Akwaoka, and these are the people. So all those things is when I look at it, I will say, oh, it's a pity.
That's why I know he has nothing to say.
That is more of the reason we must leave Nigeria. That is more of the reason, because when people will see the truth and they will turn truth upside down, that is where exactly the same thing that is happening in this struggle. In this, this is what we are doing. People will see the truth and they will turn that truth and
they will turn it upside down.
Upside down. God forbid, my brother. So, and not me too. So God will not let me, even if I'm doing. God will not let me. So I just want to say, Biafrans, carry on. Don't look back. The truth will always stand. Is on this thing. No matter, even if it take 100 years, the truth will always stand. So I encourage all Biafrans to do the needful. That is my encouragement for. Thank you, Choose, for coming out today as you tried. So may God bless you and bless the rest of Biafrans. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that contribution you have just made. Finally, you touched a very critical and very important aspect. And I pray that, well, I don't have to say anything. Let's just wait and see. Chukwu Okukabema is in charge and we are not going back. Biafrans know what they want and they know those who are for them and those who are not for them. My brother Akonye Wether, let's hear from you. Give us your conclusion and closing remark.
Thank you very much, Coach Oaks. Thank you, Uncle Greg, and our sister, Ojugo. You are doing good, great. You are doing great. My parting remark on our PM. In my own understanding, I don't even think that Nigerian government hand are in the arrest of Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa was arrested by NATO, aided by Britain, and their main objective, what they had wanted to achieve, is for the redeclaration not to hold. But when COS outsmart them, the fools, the buffoons that have eaten Biafran's money, and when Simon was arrested, they were happy that what happened during our leader Nnamdi will happen. They will be able to hide many things. They've taken many things. They seized 2 accounts, seized Biafran coin. So they were happy. They wanted to stop the redeclaration, and the cabinet then, as God may have it, voted against it, that they will go on. They now push for who will be the leader. And the cabinet also say, let us contact Simon, that brought about the letter regarding surrogate. But they denied all those things. But the records are there. So my prayer is that as I am in Nigeria, following the day-to-day activity in Nigeria, I know that if Finland would want to keep their name, not to bring calamity upon themselves, maybe by May, as they stipulate, they will judge Simon. Either whatever they find him guilty, they give him his punishment, or they release him. But for any person that is up and doing in his sense to tell me that Simon was arrested as a result and request of Nigeria, you don't know what you are saying. I will analyze it this way. Musa told us last year that they have concluded with the repatriation of Simon, that before January ends, that the needful will be done. So the needful has not been done. We are about to finish with March, and they no longer talk about Simon. Rather, they talk about their jamboree every day. And if you look at it, you will know the bargain they went through UK to avoid it. And the so-called Ogenkiri and his likes, nobody is using them. But because of their greed, their lasciviousness, that is why they are holding on to distraction. But God, the Chiokike Abiyama, I need the miracle lab laka ya. Ọ bụrụ la eji asụ ala Igbo, ọ bụrụ na Finland ga-arụrụ aka, ha menụ ngwa ngwa kpee ya ikpe, so that a ga-ewepụ ya la solitary confinement, etinyezie ya ebe a ga-enwe time stable for visitation. Nke ahụ abụrụ number 1. Ọ bụrụkwa na ha ga-eme ihe kwesịrị ekwesị na ha ga-eme to avert calamity upon themselves. They release ya because onweghị onye ọ chọrọ. So that ọ ya apụtanye n'aka. So while all these things is going on, God gala agba our COS ume. Ya jisi ike n'ihe ọ na-eme. Even me onwe m na-ekwu okwu, I can match her strength. I can match her strength. Can match her strength. So in all that, I thank God so much for what you are doing and the way God has positioned you to be our counselor. Him I continue letting the strength to keep doing what you are doing. And to Biafrans, Bundi Korelezoku. Ihe jamara nwoke bụla nwoke na-akwụla okwu ya. And before nwoke decide ya, ọ na-elezi anya. Unu kwụsịnụ ime ikwu okwu nwere onwe a with emotion. Kwụsịnụ ikwu okwu nwere onwe a with onye gwara gị maka ya. Ọ bụla agwa gị. Because many people who maybe mmadụ gwara ha. Ụfọdụ bụ ndị na-support Nigeria akụchi ha na-eme. Have found the solace in Biafran struggle. So whichever way iji battle Biafra struggle, ka batara n'ime ya, go and do your research. Because when you do your research, a mara this thing or the achievable, when you come to that, when you draw that conclusion by yourself, or you make a better person, you did resourceful in the struggle, both as a follower or as a leader of any head of any organization, any branch of the struggle. Okay, the right footing. The mark is a disease still from it cause confusion. Onde bonde kwaze mozo. Ajisi ike. Lo metara buru bụ okwu ndị Igbo. Ụgwọ ọrụ onye ọbụla nọ. Ma ị mere mma o, ma ị mere njọ. Ịrafuo mmadụ. Ụgwọ ọrụ gị nọ. Ikwuru maka afọ gị, ị gara obodo oyibo. Ị jụghị eso gị mara ma obodo oyibo gara ọ bụ ositerelachi. Ọ na iruru ebe anwa jee rụrụ aka nwechaa baggages ebe afụzie because okwu nwere onwe mere onye ọbụla mapụtara sọpọtụ ya. Ọzọ ndị dị ka mụ ala ma sọpọtụ mmadụ ma njụcha esiri isi m. So nke ọ bụla ile eme gị mara ahụ Biafra ga-abịa. My brother, my sister, my mother, my father. Ịlarụ cooking raw. Because o megholi izu ọ ga-emela ọnwa. Biafra abịaghị taa, ọ ya abịa echi. And mgbe ọ ya abịa, nakwala the country a na-ekwu okwu ya will not be like many countries. Because we often say that we have learned from our past. We have engaged in many civilized wars. And we will make our country a better place. That has been the focal point of all our pioneers, the people that found themselves. Simon, Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu. So you have to desist from whatever act of confusion you are throwing. You have to put pride, put your gain by the side, because all you have here Nigeria. Put your gain by the side. Be patriotic in whatever you be pure. That is the only thing that will get us Biafra. And that is the only thing that will make when Biafra come, your name will be written in gold. Do not open that person. Your name will be written in gold. I do refer. Go and check about Winnie Mandela and Mandela itself. Study about people that have achieved something in life. If you study them, you will know. Because onye na-arụ n'ụlọ ọgwụ a ga-ejela amụ mekanik which ya bụ doctor. Ọ ya bụ ihe many of us na-eme. Ihe ọbụla ị chọrọ ime mgbe ọbụla ọrụ ruoro gị na ihe ekwu okwu na media mara na ọ bụ nnekwu ọrụ. Because all this misplacement of priority bụ ihe kalịma anyị. The same work onye nọ na media bụ na-adịde choose nọ. The same level of the same propensity and potential onye bụ egbe nọ na ime ọhịa ndị ụlọ akpọmen on the ground nwere. The same power, energy ka choose na-eme exhibit. Because without him being honest, being truthful, being factual in his analysis, people like us will not be here. Many people heart agaghị gadampu. Mgbe bido maybe appropriation, maybe need appropriation of ọrụ, maybe appropriate ihe a na-eme mana value nwere ka bi nwere nọ na ike nọ na awaja ọ ga-enyere anyị aka. Ndị pụtara sị na men on the ground na ya bụ ndị ga-enweta Biafra. Ndị niile na-eweta ego hapụ ha. Naijiria akpọ ha terrorist onwe isi. Ndị sikwanụ na ọha nwa bụ ndị nọ na media nwe Biafra. A bụrụ ikwuchie dị ikwuru onwe onye gere gị ịka bụkwa onye iberibe. So the early ịghọtara mara na ebe ọbụla ezipụrụ gị ọrụ ịrụ ọrụ. Anyị nwa bụ ndị na-abịa contribute. You come with your facts. Don't appear in anybody's program and start reading a script your friend read nye gị. Kwụrụ kwụsị ike akpọ gị nwoke ka ịza nwoke. Na ndị Igbo kwuru na ya chere iri agwọ ya eri nke gbara agba. Akpọ gị iri agwọ ya aza. Ọ bụghị kọba ihe na-akọta echi kọba ihe ọzọ. Ya bụ ụgwọ bụ mma m ga-enye onye ọbụla na-ekwu okwu nwere onwe a. Ekwuzila okwu nwere onwe a na ihe ị ga-enweta. Mara na okwu nwere onwe a na anyị nweta onwe anyị na uru dị na nwere onwe a abụ ọ dịrị anyị nwa bụ ndị na-ekwu ya ga-eri ya. Because the people in US today, ọ bụ na people will live longer. That 4 July 1776 to 18th century to 18 something, they will tell you that what they are seeing in US today is not what was seen then. So the same way, Nnamdi said it that Biafra will be built 77 years, day and night. So when you have those things in your mind, a matter that he needed now, kime ihe ga-enweta nwere onwe. Ịgba mbọ so that echi niile ụmụ ga-arụ ọrụ. Bụ biri oge na-ebuzi Soludo pụta ọgwa mma bụ onye Ebonyi steeti na ọmụala emebiri ya Anambra. Ihe niile abịa ya larụrụ ọgụ ya. Iroli Imo State asịghị Imo Light first. Mgbe ahụ enwee leader ga-abụ na ọkpa anyị Christian, ọ mara na anyị bụ Christian during campaign. Ọ gala ere onwe ya afọ akọba ahụ Peter Obi ere onwe ya. O ji soro ndị Muslim emechi ekpere ata ka ewu akpanyere agbara. So all those things all country ala achọ be that.
Maybe tomorrow we're going to
campaign. Aga emere gị campaign with mmiri. Aga emere gị campaign la ga-enye gị ọkụ. Aga emere gị campaign la ga-edoziri gị ụlọ ọgwụ. Ọ ga-abụ country those things ga-abụ ihe ala dị ekwuzi okwu ya. Onye na-eme campaign ọ la-agwazi gị new research a ga-eme. Biafra na-ekwu okwu ya bụ Biafra ya bụ rule of law ga-abụ top notch. Nwa ogbenye agala ụzọ okenye agba ya mmiri. O were ụkwụ gakpola police station report o police arụ ọrụ ya ga-abụ iru ajụghị onye ka ị bụ. Biafra na-ekwu okwu ya ga-abụ Biafra. Nwa ogbenye ga-emegbu okenye. Okenye ga-emegbu nwa ogbenye. So ụmụ ihe niile abụrụ ihe nọ gị n'ihu ndị dị gị n'obi. Ị mara na ịkọ ibe gị ọnụ taa enweghị ebe ọ ga-ete gị to. Nigeria la ada ndị niile gbara Simon mgba asarị dọkụgbọ ha bụ that would have been our advantage to channel our energy today. Anyị hapụ ihe anyị kwesịrị ikwule ekwu. I don't want one thing ewede de la nna stretch dị okwu. O nwere one thing chọrọ ka Biafrans water this recurrent decimal. Onye ọbụla hapụrụ USB and went back to Brigi. Mgbe mbadala ekoko ọ na-ekwute okwu nwere point mana na ị gaghị anala Brigi. Ihe ga-anọzi bụ ịkọcha Ngozi. Ihe echezi bụ ebe Ngozi kwesịrị isi good morning. O ji eme mistake isi good night. Iwepụta ya. Ọ na ọ bụghị evidence na unu bụ ndị meriri n'agha.
Exactly.
Evidence ka ọ bụ. So ihe a ka m ga-achọ ka ndị mmadụ connect ya. Gị bụ onye ọ na-ara ahụ ime ebe ya akwụrụ. When you connect all those things. Ịjụ ha sị gị na Ngozi na-emebiri ha ihe. Isi go n'ebe Ngozi na-emebi ihe nọ jee ebe a na-emeziti ka unu agaghị aga n'ihu unu aka nọrọ ebe ahụ. Which means na unu amaghị ihe unu na-eme. So gị bụ onye ka enwe confusion na decide ebe ya nọ. Asịkwa gị bịakwute Ngozi. But gaala program unu gwa ha ngwa na oge erugo ka anyị kwụsị ikwu okwu Ngozi ka anyị mebezi ihe afụrụ anya. Unu mee ihe afụrụ anya taa. Mee ihe nwetara anyị Biafra. Mụnwa bụ Uchechukwu aka onye wetara. M ga-eso unu. Mana ọ bụrụ na unu si eje agbata eke unu nọ. Ọ bụ ya. And onye ọbụla jekwara soro ha na oyiyi a nọ today. Marakwa na ịdị more miserable than nke ile feeling ịdị today. So ogologo okwu abụghị abụ ihe na-ebute okwu. Ka Chukwu okike abịa ma nyere anyị aka. Ọ bụ ma ga-enweta Biafra. Nke ahụ abụghị ihe suru kpọm. Nọ na mma na ọ bụ na ihe ndị a niile na-eme ha na ha ga-enweta Biafra. Because ndị bụ anyị ụzọ gbaba ọsọ ekwugo na Biafra ga-abụ ala mma, ala ọma, the promised land. So ebe ọ bụ na ụmụ Israel ka Baịbụl siri gwa anyị na ndị zọpụrụ ụkwụ njem erughọ. But Chineke anyị na-ayọ gị na ndị niile gbara ọsọ a, the likes of Nnamdi, Simon and our heroes, ndị ala egbubere taa na ọzọ emela na a ga-egbu ha na ha ga-adị ndụ ọfọ. Biafra is my own ayụyọ. Okike abịa mma ị ga-ege anyị ntị ị ga-emere anyị n'ihi na ya ataghị akwụ. Hope adịghị na Naịjirịa. Hope adịghị na Naịjirịa. Ndị lasịla Ngozi si na ya na-agba plane. Oke ụmụnne ya nọ na Naịjirịa ọ dọla ka ọ na-esendịrị ha ọ dọla ka ha na-eyuz. Ọ bụghị ise ndịkwara ha ego agbanwe ya la dọla agbanwe ya la naira ha la-azụ ka mama ya n'obodo a oyi bidola iyuz ego ha. But all those things bụ rubbish talk ha na-akọ. So let us wise up. Let us wise up abeg ụmụnne m. Anyị bilitenụ mara na wowowo wawawa abụghị ya bụ isi ọgụ. Onye na-etigbu mmadụ n'ọgụ abụghị onye na-aba mba too much. Ọ bụ onye ahụ calm down. He will master where he will punch and his opponent will fall. And the reform our lady Leme ya continue. reform the army. Reform the army. And before ebido ọrụ. Unu bụ ndị nọkwa na nọ na USB ma ndị nọ defense. Unu weta ha ego nye anyị nwa n'obodo a anyị nweghọ today. Ụfọdụ ndị nwere unu weta sọpọtụọ. Enyekwala mmadụ nye ebe ọ bụla i nyere ego gị defend ya in a constructive way. Because ọ bụ ego bụ ihe a na-ekwu okwu ya. Ndị mara na Ngozi mana ha sị na ha leche Simon bịanụ gbaa ya aja n'ume. Ndị nke na-anọ na-ewetegwu $1 $1. Inwe ịma na ị nwere karịa $1 wete so that ọ ga-eme the work ọ gaa faster. Because olileanya dị ọla Nigeria ahụ. And ọ bụ na ya plan hụ nwa anyị through this system Ngozi na-eguzo. Nigeria tisakwa anyị nwekwara ike. Nigeria tisa ahụ na ahụ ga-etisa n'onwe ya. Ahụ gị ka ọ bụrụ ndị anyị na-atụ ụjọ taa ga-emechakwa bụrụ ndị ga-achị gị. Mana ọkwa anyị jikọta onwe anyị ọfụma ga-eme ọ bụrụ na o mehụla izu meela ọnwa ahụ ga-eme. Mgbe ọbụla o ji nwa mee ọchịchị adị anyị n'aka anyị emezi ebe anyị. Ọgwụkwa ka ọ ha mụrụ ọnụ.
Thank you so much, my brother Ngozi. You have spoken well, and I believe that my Biafran people have heard you. I thank you so much for that amazing conclusion, and Biafrans have digested it in this platform. We are here for the Biafran nation. So wherever you are joining us from, we are standing with the United States of Biafra. There is no going back. We cannot go back to yesterday. We cannot go back to Egypt. It's a forward ever and backward never. I appreciate everyone that have been able to join us. So as we have a change of time, we might be having the change of time for some time now. So try as much as possible to connect. Click on the subscription if you are not subscribed. Click on the notification so that the notification will inform you when we come online. Touch the notification. Make sure your notification is on so that you can be notified whenever we come online. I appreciate everyone that have connected. If you have not shared, please do share. Radical evangelism is one of the things that we must continue to do until we get everybody involved. Thank you so much for listening. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of you that have been part of this program from the beginning to the end. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every one of you. May Chukwu Okike prosper you. No evil shall befall you. Everyone that have participated on today's Sit at Home, whatever you have lost today in your business, tomorrow you are going to get it back in 1,000-fold. Whatever sacrifice you have made today, tomorrow you're going to get it back in 1,000-fold. As we all say, this project is Chukwu Okike project, and he himself will bless you as you commit your time, your energy, your resources to see to the coming of Biafra. Thank you so much. And we pray for our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect her, secure her, give her more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and continue to keep her until we get to the promised land. May Chukwu Okike continue to protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Wherever he is, we pray that Chukwu Okike will guide and protect him, secure him, keep him strong, give him more revelations, and let his strength continue to increase. That very soon, he's going to join us. We also pray for our Supreme Nnamdi Kanu, that wherever Nnamdi Kanu is, his freedom is sure, and he's going to join us very soon. Every evil plan against him, we nullify it. We pray for strength. We pray for revelation. We pray for more courage in Nnamdi Kanu. We pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to protect him and secure him. And they, our leaders, will join us very, very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Okike. Wherever you're watching us from, either on TikTok, on Facebook, please make sure you share each time you join us. Stay blessed and see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelema Ajibe kwa tula ne bovo Imalugo no nugo do koko do nyano be hule hule Nani mona tulilu Na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu Ngula matali waso jere futa mbaka njuba diali Ama abulezi okwenu Na baka la kelu egonezi enwe Nuboti akala kelu egonu dezi Baka na baba nenu wa aralu nunuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu senyi tono nugu bana tayi Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyi Makana nyuko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milia kepa waja siyenyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamano Umu Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi welo fobi wena tabano banyi Makana fobi abakama Nana nugo no way Biafra na bekele umunina Nkabo nkani Mwadati na ijele wanyi biakeneli Okwage bulu kwekene na fandi otu Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Kodina wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere ya Wesi ya kene rugyo Adubagwo chukwo Ikemba one of Biafra land mongwem Adawunele kala ya dike Mafondi mojiri diebu bebide bichevele mongwem Abusiku odogweji mali Igbo nine Odogweji malo Biafra miyo Dumegwo chukwu Opagisi ekene logi Filipu Efyong Abusiku nwoke kwuloku wekusi okwu si na Biafra ekunye Na ya bụ Biafra ya tulugo wenata Na bulu na ya bụ Biafra ekuigo Noko guli nwata n'aka na ele Obagisi ekene lugo onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kedebe n'olike Amadike Biafra bianulo
She has no jurisdiction to crime. None whatsoever. I came out of
There are
accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to Designation, Dr. Ngozi is using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. And they told them that if they complete me, this is what happens. Nobody wants wants the truth to
That's the problem.
They sent her to my case.
So Biafran government in they know na exile cabinet bi anolo no mu. Ono ekene unu jisinu ike na chukwu na nda na ya agba unu ube. Maka na onye sụrụ ọbịa ya atọ ka anyị malụ ga-enu eyi. Jisienu ike. Ekene lo ndị Biafran Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu. The angels of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra na n'unu. Anu ekene unu n'ama. Na n'unu jisi ike n'ọlụ. Chukwu ya gba unu ume. Ụmụ Chukwu. Ụmụ Chukwu ene. Asị ekene the Prime Minister H.E. Maazị Simon Weba. Abụzikwa Batobi yo. Otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ. Anonganga piotembe wile name. Lili ukubia o. Kudwa komili na kwa nunu. Mwana kwa mubia keneli o. Odagiri dimu. Ose fukulu bilo bia nunu weni. Makwale na kosa de malanya. Mweji mwagu kojilo sinodilo kasojilo yatiji sojilo wewalasa. Abuzikwe wabatobi Wakada gididi kebya nunu. Mweji wekwala niyevyo. Kujine chukujele ndi Biafra na nunu. Nuna beke nege. Asimono ya dele Biafra ni le nammo. Asino ya dele no ni le nammo. Mandanye na bono mweno utela yi welien. Mandanye na bono nudonu na nudonu nongwe. Makana mbona boke kwe na bonike. Moya na no, moya no. No be voye de beline de no wama believe emeleme. A good legacy will last forever, ma believe emeleme. And the remembrance of my bless you.